Okay, talking to y'all real quick.
What's that?
Hello?
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 Is it me you're looking
for?
Okay, so
hello.
Now, actually talking it one at a time, like swing it to your mouth and then you swing it to yours.
Yes,
That's
I am here. I am swinging the dick to my mouth.
Amazing.
Amazing. Can you do it one time?
What?
It's huge. It's a man. Big star. Big star. Little pimp.
Listen.
On this episode,
That's the only Trump I ever want to hear again.
On this episode, Jax describes his penis. It's huge.
Yeah, not rich. It's average. Very average. My penis is like Joe Biden.
Wow.
It's like his grades at Delaware State.
Wow.
Old?
There you go, Jasmine.
It takes some time to get up. It's like an old man.
That's fucking hilarious, man.
All right, swing my dick to your.
Nigga.
I mean, swing my mic to your mouth.
Would you like Jackson's dick?
I would not. Thank you.
Only girls in the DMs that does.
Nigga, this your mic.
I know.
From we hear, it's pretty girls in the DM. Can you hear it? Can you hear me? Hello?
I don't know yet. I just need you to say a few. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Just talk regularly.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Hello? 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I'm ready.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Welcome to another episode of One Mic Stand.
Period.
Sorry.
This is a Not Jax production.
Starring.
Okay. I'm serious.
Starring Jackson at Jackson1616
Can it?
and his co-host.
Which
Who the
mic
fuck
is
do we
ours?
have here today?
All right, so
Okay.
I'm Jackson1616, creator and host of One Mic Stand.
He's blushing.
I'm in Atlanta, and I decided I made a really bad decision.
Don't do us like that, Jackson. Don't do us like that.
Wow, that's fucking wild.
And I initiated the conversation, so that's what's bad. I initiated it.
No, all right. So I
Yikes.
had this
Nicki Minaj.
amazing idea that I was gonna. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of supporters, people who show me love and shit in Atlanta or whatever.
All these
so,
hoes. It's
Oh,
us.
we are
Supporters.
the hosts.
So
Because top notch hoes get the most.
I didn't call them hoes.
And not the lesser.
Period.
So I figured that, you know what I'm saying, since I'm here and I got a lot of people who kind of like fuck with the Patreon and everything like that, that I would do like a meetup / One Mic Stand episode with some of the people who support me the most or whatever. Obviously not everybody is here, but the group that we got, you know what I'm saying, I feel like it's a good group. I feel like it might be a little chaotic, but we're gonna try to we're gonna try to push through, right?
It's only chaotic if you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means.
It shows.
I don't know what that means. So
It shows again.
I got a few people obviously on the sofa today, so I'm gonna let them introduce themselves and then we can kind of jump right into some shit. So we can start.
With me?
Yeah. So speaking to one of the.
All right, let's see.
One of the dicks.
Is this my camera?
Pick a dick.
Right here?
Yeah.
Right here, boo. Hey, you guys. All right. So look, I'm your girl Easy Bistro, aka Penelope, the hoe that really don't give a fuck. As you could tell, I'm from New Orleans. I've been in the A, and I'm about to be an asshole the whole fucking night. I look like a bum. I just got off of work. What the fuck is you doing during my intro? This nigga on the phone.
That wasn't on purpose, but now it's disrespectful.
That is disrespectful as the fuck.
Okay.
Like, I almost called you a bitch again.
This sounds like marriage already. Go ahead. Keep going.
I don't give a fuck.
Marriage don't sound like that.
Okay.
You know what? You know
We'll
what?
get into it.
You know what? We're going to
Well,
get into it.
never mind. I'm just gonna.
Go ahead, sis.
But
Penelope.
I'm motherfucking Penelope with all the fucking E's. And I'm going to
3
read
E's.
Jackson, motherfucking Jamal, whoever the fuck he going to be. But by the end of this episode, his motherfucking rights. Okay? All right. You can take it from. Let's go.
Hey y'all. Okay. I'm Freckles. That's really all I got to give right now. So
I hope you guys heard me. I'm Freckles. That's all.
You got a podcast and everything. You just going Freckles? Okay.
you got a podcast?
I
Nigga,
do.
where can they fucking
Come
find
on,
you?
shit.
Right.
Plug that shit.
Oh, I figured we do it at the end,
Well,
but
do we do
In
it
the
at
beginning.
we do it at the beginning and the end.
all right. Well,
Just
I
in case
am.
Niggas don't, cause niggas who I know that I love y'all and shit, but niggas got a short attention span.
All right.
Audience.
We really do.
I am
I watched
countless.
the whole thing.
I'm Countless Freckles. I am one half of Fuck the Peanut Gallery. My co-host is Lady A. Hey, girl. We drop new episodes every Thursday, so please follow the page and catch up. Hi, how are y'all doing? My name is Joe. Come on, Dick. It's Joe. I go by _savagely fierce, and I'm here to just participate.
I had to make her, but it's okay. Hi, I'm Clarissa. Clarissa Explains It All on Instagram. I'm not doing nothing cool like they are, but yeah, there we go.
Y'all funny, man. Well, before we get started, like, I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying, coming through and everything like that. I have a couple of things or topics or whatever that I wanted to talk about. But before I get to my shit, since all of y'all niggas got some shit to, like, read me about or whatever,
I don't.
I figured we can start with that first. Like, if y'all want to drill me, ask me any questions or anything like that.
I'm gonna say that shit for later.
You
Wow.
just
You because you've been starting with me. I don't look. I don't need the mic because nigga, I project. They could fucking hear me. I know what the fuck I do. When it come time for that, it's gonna be time for that, and you gonna know what it is. You've seen me on the friend side, and you've seen me on the business side, so you already know how I operate. When that moment come, that moment come. But are you the problem? Yes, you are the problem. And that's a you problem. And I'm going to read you. Just know that, okay? Let me fix
I don't
fucking
think he's the
ponytail. That bitch
problem,
is
but nobody
popping
asked
in
me.
my motherfucking face. And I just, it's adding to my aggression.
So what are you gonna talk about?
It don't
today?
matter. It don't matter. It really, it don't matter. Just come with it.
Aggressive.
I got a rebuttal for every fucking thing you hit me
I
with.
didn't even say anything.
Nigga,
Okay,
it's coming.
let's go with the first
Let's
topic.
go. Go with the
What's
first
up?
topic.
What's the first topic?
Nigga, I'm ready. Let's go.
This is actually good, right?
Let's go.
Yeah,
I like the
let's go.
fact that you're being
Aggressive?
what
Nigga, you
shows?
got fucking
He got notes, girl.
58 motherfucking questions?
Not for y'all. This is just shit that I haven't talked about yet.
Jesus, I was about to say, let me take
You
this.
said you was ready though. What
I
did?
am ready, but I was like, fucking 58, nigga, shit.
Why does it seem as if not being easy to deal with is worn as a badge of honor by black women?
because it already has negative connotation to it. You tell a woman that she's
You tell a woman that she's not easy to deal with.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just want to specify before you go into your thing. I actually got that idea or that topic because I saw a woman on Instagram, a woman self-proclaimed that she knows that she's not easy to deal with, and she's not the first woman that I've heard say that or express that.
Okay.
And I say that I feel like I don't know how to. I don't want to make a joke here by mimicking how I feel like women express themselves.
Just
when
go
they
ahead and
say
do it.
things like
Just
that.
do it.
Yeah, just go ahead and do it.
But it's like I know I'm a lot. I know I'm this. I know I'm that. Yada X, Y, and Z. But they end the sentence with "but I'm worth it" or some shit like that.
So why is it why is it specifically targeted to black women?
Because that's who I date and that's who I smash.
So for me,
To prove it.
That was good.
Yeah, good point.
I'll take that. For me, it automatically, like I was saying, it automatically sounds very negative. For somebody to say, I'm hard to deal with, it's already putting off the nobody can deal with me or no one can handle me vibes. And I think it's all about the wording. You know, I'm a person who always says words mean things, right? So it's important to choose the right words so that you can frame what you're trying to say properly. If I were to say something like, you know, I really need somebody who can be patient with me because that is my truth, that's very different than I'm hard to deal with. I'm not hard to deal with. First of all, I don't want a nigga who wants to deal or handle me in the first place. So for me, it's all about framing. I know that I need somebody who's patient. That doesn't say that I'm hard to deal with. It just says I need someone who's patient.
Right.
Do you know a woman or any women, or have you ever heard any women say what
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think? Take a moment and try to step outside of yourself. Why do you think that they would say something like that?
I know why. For the person that I'm thinking about specifically, she feels like she brings a lot. She seems like she is still trying to figure things out. And it seems like, for me, it seems like to her, that's baggage. That's bringing things that she, knows someone else might be able to pick it up, but does she actually want that person to have to carry it?
Or just for the woman to feel like, let me put this out here in the beginning. And so whoever wants to approach me, being that I'm saying this is how I am, I want to put this out there to see who will catch it regardless of how they feel about it.
But I got a question for that, because to me, you kind of are throwing it out like, let me see which nigga gonna catch this or not.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
But do you again think that, to me, that's a lot of pressure.
It is.
That's kind of like when we first meet, before you even give me an opportunity to form my own opinion of you, you're throwing shit at me.
Right.
So it's like, I understand the kind of laying your cards on the table and saying, listen, this is who I am. Let me know if you're okay with that. But at the same time, I think when women do that, I feel like you're taking away from the man actually getting to know who you are. Because if that's truly who you are, if you are a lot, you'll show that. You don't have to say that because, again, it's a deterrent.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I do that.
And men do
I do
this
that.
too, because men are always like, oh, well, it's just, that's who I am. Like, that's just what I do. That's how I am. So it's a change that, with whoever you deal with, whoever you involve yourself with, you have to realize that if I'm fucking with you, all right? If I'm fucking with you, this is what I'm putting out on the table. This is my battles. This is what I'm dealing with.
Right.
If you're gonna take that on, they got a lot of people that be like, I ain't fucking with that. I'm not rocking with that. I'm not getting involved with that, or whatever. But they have other people too that's gonna want to take on that challenge. That's gonna want to deal with that bullshit.
Right.
And that's literally what it is. I can't tell you why women say that, because I could tell you why I've said it, because it's just like, bitch, this is what I'm going through.
This is what you get.
Yeah.
Bitch, this is what I'm dealing with at this time. Like,
But they don't say, and let me just interject for one quick second. They don't necessarily say the things that they are actually dealing with.
See,
They
no,
just-
I do
they
that.
just
No,
say-
I do that.
But you
That's
can't
what I
though.
do.
I'm gonna use me for an example. Me and my guy have been together for 2 years. When I first met him, I literally had lost my job. The shit was getting cut off. I had just bought a brand new car. Like, I was going through like the most. Like, I'm sorry. I had got my car repossessed and bought a new car within the same week before it hit my credit.
No judgment.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Do what you gotta
So, like, in that position, when you're meeting somebody new and you're not even sure if this is this what I want? Is this where I want to be? Is this something that I want to do? You don't bear all. You don't tell what it is. And you still have your own past traumas, your own battles that you're trying not to bring forward into a new person. So you have to figure out, like, okay, bitch, this is what I got.
Yeah.
This is what I am. This is what I'm dealing with. Do you want to deal with that? Like, do you want to be here for that?
And so to your question, to be more specific, like, where are we saying that women are saying this specifically on social media? Like, where are you saying, are they saying this when they first meet you? Where are you saying that women are just forthcoming with, oh, I'm X,
These
Y, and Z,
hoes
and you
that
have
have
to deal with it?
that you've actually tried to shoot your shot with.
Oh no, y'all know I don't do that.
Which ain't many.
Shots,
nah,
pew,
it's-
pew, pew.
It's most of my well, now I would say, like, most of my material or content or things that I feel like could be turned into a conversation are gathered from social media.
Okay.
And that's because I feel like social media is, even though a lot of people fabricate and exaggerate on social media, I feel like, how can I say this? I feel like they fabricate in a fashion that derives from truth, though.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you repost stuff, or like you're not gonna repost some
It's
shit
relatable.
that you don't believe in or relate to.
Yeah.
You only gonna repost or champion or laugh at or whatever with some shit that either you've thought or you've gone through yourself or you're living it right now.
Or you want.
Or you want to do that.
Or you
wanna live like
want
right.
that. And that's the biggest issue with social media. And that's like the hardest thing when it comes down to judging people on social media, because a lot of the people that I've met have met me off of social media, and they don't know the type of person that I am. Like, until you actually sit down and talk to me and you see what it is, that's what social media has us fucked up as individuals altogether. Because we find shit that's funny, we find shit that's relatable, we find shit that relates to our past selves, not necessarily
Where
what
we are right now.
where we are right now.
No, I agree with that. And
Yeah.
so to me, like, if we go directly back to your question, I feel like if I'm a woman and yes, I'm dealing with X, Y, and Z, which we all talked about, right, personally, do I feel like social media is like the atmosphere in which I need to project that? No. Like, I don't feel like as a black woman, I need to say, yes, I deal with X, Y, and Z, but what's that? Like, no, I don't.
But a lot of
think
people
that-
use social media as therapy.
Yeah.
True.
And
Before you could just
that's
see a
the
therapist.
problem, you know, with that instant validation that you get, the responses that you get
Right. It's
from social
therapeutic.
media is therapeutic. You know, I told somebody this once before. Sometimes the toxic shit that's causing you to be upset is the same shit that will heal you and that will calm you the fuck down. And that's what social media is. Sometimes, like, you got to take a break for that shit. You got to step away from that shit. But sometimes that instant gratification that you're going to get, that attention that you're going to get, that shit going to build you up, and that's going to make you feel a certain way. And that's why we are in the situation that we're in.
Right.
But I don't disagree with that. But back to my original question, why do y'all think, and maybe I'm assuming, right, when I say why do y'all think, because that's me basically just assuming that women do this because that's what I've seen or observed. But why do y'all think that they not only say it, but wear it as a badge of honor, though?
I don't know about
That's,
that.
to me, that's the key part of the question for me.
So-
Yeah, because I say it, but I don't. I'm just letting you know,
Yeah,
like,
so-
hey, this is what you're gonna get. Like, either get it or go.
So like kind of personify when you say like badge of honor, what does that mean to you? Like,
It means
give
like,
us an example of what you have seen that made you felt like, oh, this is a black woman that's carrying this like on my jacket. Like, what makes you feel that way?
I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I might be, but my hypothesis.
Come on, hypothesis.
Come on,
Hypothesis.
Come on with the thesis.
Statements.
research.
My hypothesis says
Come on.
that women come off as though it's like, this is what I have. Kind of like, it's kind of like, shit, this is what I got. And with that comes, this is what it is. Either you're going to deal with it or you're not. But if you don't, like, I'm going to be good. Is that maybe kind of what you're saying? No?
That's it.
I mean, that could be part of it, but what I get from it, like, when I hear those statements, I'm hearing like the tone. Like, it's like I know I'm a lot to deal with part is like the shit that they say with their chest. But like but I'm worth it part is like the shit that they
They don't like say it in the
So
confidence.
okay,
Like,
so
you know what I'm saying?
if I can think of it, in 2020, we've seen this quite a bit, right? Where it feels like black women are not valued. We've heard it a lot. Like, even if we go into like the one-off Megan Thee Stallion, you ride that wave all the way to the end, understand how she's been personifying that. And so it feels like black women are feeling like, I have a platform. If I have a platform, I'm going to come off and say, this is how I am, but I'm still worth it kind of situation to help eliminate the fact of the negativity that people are saying towards him. So it's like they're trying to, just like comedians, right? They try to Joan on themselves before they hit the stage, or X, Y, and Z while they're on the stage, so that when it comes to them, it's like, well, look, I already told you how I was. And so unfortunately, we live in an era where Black women feel less than, so they have to come forth and say, this is what I'm carrying, and will you accept it? But it's not saying that it's, to me, it's like a badge of honor. That's how I feel about it.
To me, like, I get what you're saying, and that makes sense. But, like, I guess in the way that I'm thinking about something, right? Like, if I know that whatever it is that I'm, quote-unquote, dealing with is a negative thing, or a thing that would look negative to someone else who might want me, but then they see whatever it is that I'm dealing with, and they might hesitate a little bit. My thing is, like, why spend so much energy telling somebody, hey, this is what I'm dealing with, as opposed to just working on the shit that you're dealing with, so you don't have to preface all your statements with that.
I think it's a defense mechanism too. That's why I do it.
Who doesn't say that they're not working on it though?
Some people aren't working on it.
But it's like, well, I mean, again, I haven't dated every woman in the world and nothing like that.
Right.
Have you dated someone that was like that though?
That was like,
don't make
that was like this is just how I am. Type of yes.
Okay, so what was their? Did you ever ask them what was their reason?
Yes.
Why are your eyes so fucking big?
You're talking about who we think we're talking about.
Yeah.
Is it the girl with the V name?
But
Jesus.
other than
That was part of the
Can I see a picture of her?
Oh, can we?
Let me see a picture of her.
Please. Okay, you
No, I need to see it on camera.
Erica, stop. Don't do it right now, Erica.
I wasn't gonna show them.
matter.
I just wanted to see. That's all. I wanted to view her social media and make.
I mean, you can try to follow her, but
like, I mean, I can.
it's just like to me, right? If I know that if I'm like, yo, I mean, I'm a great guy. I'm a little broke right now though, but I'm a great guy though. Like, instead of just saying that, nigga, just try to get money, nigga. Don't say shit.
But some people, you gotta realize though, like, and I can only speak for me. You don't want to lead with that. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, I do that.
Like,
it's a defense mechanism for
like
me.
real shit. You don't want to lead with that. Like, I'm not about to tell you, like, man, I can't. I know that I'm a good person. I know that I could offer you more. I know that I could do this, that, and the other, but I can't do that right now. I'm not that.
What's
right
wrong
now.
with doing that though? Because I do that.
You said
It's
that's
just-
what you cannot lead with?
Because I do that.
When you have things like just issues and things going on, like your own internal battles. I don't want to put that on the forefront, because some people, you can meet your husband and that shit will run them away. You know what
But
I'm
if
saying?
that's your husband, will that run them away though?
You don't know that though. And that's the defense mechanism.
That's what I'm saying. I do that as a defense. Like, I just want to let you know, like, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. But I say both people with
some
my
people
chest.
can't handle that.
I'm
then
actually,
go.
Exactly.
in this situation though, I'm actually on her side, because me and shout out to homie Jasmine, we've had this conversation before.
Hey, Jazz.
Invisible Jazz.
About
invisible, she's behind the scenes.
in terms of, even if you do kind of put everything on the table, if you're dating for like the marriage, the relationship, marriage shit, right? And that's really like what you're looking for, what you're searching for. If you didn't really found the person that you gonna marry,
They gonna
it
be.
don't matter.
It don't matter what you
It
say.
don't matter. But in the beginning, when you first meet a person, how do you know that?
I do that. I be like, I got this, I got these kids, I do that.
Do we really feel like there's women that wear it as a badge of honor?
I got a
To
question.
me, that's where it goes back to.
Well,
like,
maybe it's a
defense mechanism.
mechanism.
Because that's exactly what I do.
That's
Yes.
portrayed as a badge of.
Yes.
But and what I'm saying is, you as a woman, you're saying that it's a defense mechanism.
That's exactly
Right.
what I do.
Me as a man, I'm saying it looked like you
a badge
fucking
of
like.
flexing. No,
That's what it looked
Yeah.
like.
Because
though.
to me, that just doesn't.
But
make
I'm working
sense.
on that though.
But I think this is a good conversation, because as a woman, right, wouldn't or shouldn't you want to know how it looks?
Yeah, I would.
real
No,
shit.
yeah,
Real
tell
shit.
me, please.
Real shit.
Because I'd be like, nah, I ain't
Real
flexing
shit.
it. I'm just telling you.
Because
I'm a hot ass
to
mess.
your
I'm just
point,
telling
to
you.
your
But I'm going to therapy.
I'm around women that's like, we got our own battles, right? We got our own shit that we trying to overcome. We got our own shit that we right here that we trying to get to the next level. And we're not just gonna be out here like, look, I'm a bad bitch, but I got X, Y, Z.
But I do that. I'm like, I'm a bad
No.
bitch, but comma,
No.
I got this,
No,
this, and this.
you don't
I go
need
to therapy
to do that
though, friend.
because to me, it's how you walk.
But
If
I
somebody
do
gonna
say,
walk,
but I'm
it's how
going to
you
therapy
talk,
to
it's
fix it though.
But if somebody gonna love you, they gonna love you regardless.
Period.
But I need you to know what I'm coming with though.
But sometimes you don't have to do that though,
Yes.
and I think
Yeah.
that's the misconception.
Which is my defense
Because
mechanism.
exactly, you're doing that because it's just like, look, I don't want
I
you
just
to
want
think.
to get it out.
I just
Yeah, I
want to
just
get it
wanna
out,
get it
and I don't
out.
want you to
Yeah.
be bombarded with this shit.
Exactly.
At
You're
the
not gonna
end of
find
the
out
day,
about it later.
sometimes your defense mechanism, like I know for me, I can't tell you everything that I'm going through. I've had people throw my shit back in my fucking face. So it's like the battles that I'm going through and the things that I'm working on and stuff. I can't tell you what the fuck that is because then you're gonna sit up there and throw that shit in my motherfucking face. Bitch,
Yeah.
I loved you.
But I feel
How
like you
could you
can't
do
use that
this
against
to
me
me?
if I already told you. Like, how you gonna use it against me? I already told you.
But that's the thing though. You never know how people are coming until when you meet people. When you meet people, you meet their representative. You don't know.
You get all of this.
You don't.
We had this conversation
Exactly.
off the top.
And you meet their representative. And I've known this girl for fucking 48 hours. And when you go through shit, you learn to be real with your shit and you learn to handle shit a certain way.
Yeah.
I didn't know her situation. And she just told me something. I was like, look, I'm going to just tell you, this is what I would tell anybody in your situation. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until the next day until she told me how she felt. And it was like, sometimes you can't always be forthcoming with people because people are prejudiced. People are going to form their opinions. People are going to always respond and tell you what they would do in that situation.
Right.
But people don't know what they're going to do until they're in that exact situation.
But this is, I think some of the stuff you're saying, I agree. Some of the stuff you're saying,
always disagree.
I'm on the other side of the table. Nah, just because I'm all the way with you until the part where you talking about, but that person could throw it back in your face and they can make you feel like this and like, to me, that's something that you can control as to not give a fuck.
How you care, how they
about, because like me, right? And maybe I'm saying this.
Everybody not there though.
And that's what I was about to say. Maybe I'm saying this from a high horse,
Right.
because this is what I do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I might say some shit tonight. I probably say some shit on Thursday. Whenever we record, I'm probably gonna say some shit that a whole bunch of people is gonna disagree with.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
because I told you I don't care.
You gotta have, but see, to me,
once you're over it, you're over it. Once you're past it, you passed it, and that's it because you've lived it. But when you're going through that battle, and I'm speaking this from experience, when you're going through that fucking battle, to have somebody throw your shit back in your fucking face that you are literally trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, defend yourself from, like, for real. Yeah. When you trying to defend your shit from what the world is throwing at you, from what niggas and bitches and work and children and everybody throwing at you, that shit is hard not to take when you're passionate about it, it's hard not to take offense to that.
I get it. You said something that I want to move to a different topic, unless y'all had anything else to add.
No. Go ahead.
Because you said...
Go off, Steve.
Oh, wait. I have something.
Oh, wait.
I just love your fur.
Thank you, man. I just love her
Sometimes, like, when I used to do my makeup, I used to, like, take the concealer
my God.
and do a little fake freckle right there.
It's her personality for me.
Well, thank you.
And a little soft voice with a fresh dress.
I know, she just...
Her voice ain't soft, nigga.
Yes, it is. She has a soft, sensual voice.
She do. Come on, chorus.
That's a lie. Sorry, go ahead.
Fuck you.
And fuck him too, because he trying.
Go ahead.
I have hit my peak. And it is great up here.
I don't know. Stay there,
friend. Float, friend. Float.
That's why my response was so late. I was
Wait, y'all moving
I
on? I got something to say. Get it out, friend. Get it out.
I kept trying to say it, but like I wasn't moving
Get it
fast
out.
enough. Okay. I wanted to come back to you because you kept saying, why can't it just be you going through something but you're working on it? As if the two can't coexist. As if you can't say what they're saying and get your shit out up front and be working in it.
Right.
Or on it. Because to me, the power lies in 1, having a situation, 2, moving through the situation, 3, being able to get to a point where you can work on the situation and still be moving forward.
But I guess if you're talking about it, you kind of move through.
Come on, 3
If
points.
I say it, I feel like I'm already moving through it. So if I go ahead and say it, I'm like.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm asking Jackson
okay.
why they cannot coexist.
Because some people ain't working on it.
Right.
Right. But he's
But
saying.
how many people are you encountering that are just not?
But wait,
Every time
because
he's smiling, I feel like he's lying. So
I'm smiling because I'm trying to let her. I'm trying to let
Yeah.
her
Come
finish.
on.
That lit.
Because I
Let
have something
her
I'm saving
finish.
the thought.
Let her
That's
finish.
that's
Go
that's
ahead.
I'm smiling.
Go ahead.
I understand what y'all saying. Some
Right.
people don't work on it, whatever. But he's specifically saying, why can't it happen, or why can't that be the case, as though it's impossible for them
Because
to
that one
exist.
wasn't trying to change. That's why.
I mean,
It
that's
had to be.
It was that one.
And are we basing this off of that one?
Yes,
Who is
ma'am, we
that
are.
one?
But
Okay.
what's
We
your
not-
response?
So many
Before you
things are
forget it.
geared
No, really,
because of that
because
one.
I mean, y'all gotta also realize.
Episodes,
Y'all also have to realize, right? Like, social media is
I'm sure they heard that, but it's fine.
Yeah.
is a jackpot for me in terms of. I didn't hear what
Sorry,
y'all, I didn't hear what y'all
It
said.
says jackpot for. Go ahead.
It's
Yeah,
a
go ahead,
it's
go
a
ahead.
jackpot for content to create dialogue.
Right.
So like part of my kind of job is to fucking just scroll
Right.
and see shit that don't make no fucking sense to me
Right.
and create a conversation out of
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
But what I was gonna say though, like what you're saying, like why can't they coexist? They can, but like you say, words are important. If they were coexisting, I feel like the language would be different.
That's
The
what
la- the
that's what I
language-
said earlier.
The
Though.
language wouldn't be, but it wouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I'm a lot to deal with, but I'm a bad bitch or I'm a good catch.
The behind thing would be,
Yes.
I'm a bad bitch in
It
therapy.
would-
He got
it
the
would-
hood whole hand
I
movement.
feel like
That's
I'm a
very
bad
true.
bitch.
I feel like the language would be, I am dealing with a lot, and then continue it with, but I'm really busting my ass to try
Right.
to not.
But
be
sometimes
like
you don't get to that
anymore.
point until you are
But
really
he's saying it
involved
should
with
be
that
the
person.
complete statement though.
Yeah.
If you're gonna say it, say all, because that's what I do. I'm like,
Nigga.
oh, I got this going on.
But
I'm
I
going
also-
to therapy.
Nigga,
Right.
I'm not telling you that on day one.
See, I am.
But
I'm
look,
giving you
but
everything up
listen,
front.
But listen, and that's fine. But if you're not saying it on day one, don't say shit.
Don't say it at all.
Don't say
yeah.
nothing.
Because if I say it, I'm not finished.
If you're not gonna tell,
I can't relate to the hoes. Like, I can only.
Cause listen,
Bitch,
right?
because I'm not.
Let
Like,
me-
I'm like, these bitches is telling y'all
But
that shit on day one.
let me put it.
I'm the hoe because I'm telling you that on day one.
Where are you meeting these hoes? Are these, is this really hoes again?
Penelope,
Let
Penelope,
me put it
I'm
in
the hoe because I'm doing that.
perspective, Right? It's like if you dating a nigga who constantly complaining about how he hate his job, how he not making enough bread,
Right.
but he's still going to the same job. He's
Don't
putting
complain
in the
about
same
shit.
days,
He ain't doing
Don't
nothing.
complain
If
about
you ain't
shit.
gonna buy,
You
if you ain't
can't
gonna do it,
change.
That's
or
shit.
do something to fucking change it, or
Right.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I get that.
That's all. And that's all I'm
You
saying.
just saying
like,
don't say it if you're not doing nothing.
No,
behind it.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah. So the next thing, are we good?
Yeah, come on. Transition.
Transitioning.
She
So
got
the next thing was I forget what you said now, but you said something. You said something that sparked another topic that
Just
I wanted.
rewind it back. Just
Why is it so? What's the negative connotation about like posting y'all nigga?
Excuse me.
what? What?
Why is there such a negative connotation about y'all?
First of all,
How about
posting
two of
y'all
us up on the
nigga?
mic and two of us
Yeah, like,
first of all, let me tell you this. And I'm
No
gonna
face,
say this.
no case.
I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna.
trash.
That's that fuck girl shit you was talking about earlier.
There's two levels of this for me.
Come on, friend, break
Alright.
the levels down.
I'm gonna break I'm for real. I'm gonna break the
wanna
levels
hear
down on somebody that's been in a relationship, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna break this shit down on somebody that's been a side bitch, that's been a hoe, that and went through different hoe
That makes
phases.
5 different
I'm gonna
levels.
look like, and I'm gonna tell you. First of all, I'm gonna tell you right now, if my fucking accent coming out, bitch, don't come at me woman to woman. This my camera? Which one?
Woman to woman.
This one? Okay.
Woman to
Bitch, don't come at me
woman.
woman to woman. Bitch, if I post my nigga and you fucking my nigga, bitch, don't come at my nigga and tell me that you fucking my nigga. Bitch, you keep fucking my nigga. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, bitch, I'm gonna read you your fucking rights and I'm gonna beat that nigga ass. That's that. Point blank. Bitch, I don't argue with no hoe. I don't go back and forth with no bitch. So if I post my nigga and you feel like you gotta come at me, bitch, that's some childish shit. Bitch, that's some fucking petty shit and that's some real hoe shit. Bitch, don't fucking come at me and tell me what the fuck you doing with my nigga. Bitch, you get mad at my nigga. Cause when I was a side bitch, when I ain't know that fucking nigga had a hoe, I fucking went at that nigga neck and was like, bitch, what the fuck is this that I'm seeing on Instagram? What the fuck is this on fucking Facebook? Bitch, you married? What kind of shit that is? Like I told you.
Oh, I can.
I had a nigga tell me he had herpes before he told me he was married. Like, bitch,
Because marriage is worse.
nigga, no,
We're not gonna have this. We're not gonna have this conversation.
No. You know why? Because legally, I can prosecute him
I
for
feel
passing
like
herpes
Jackson's
on to me
point was correct.
versus him cheating on his
You
wife.
can, at least you can suppress herpes.
You ain't gotta go to court to get
You
rid of
can't
herpes.
suppress herpes, nigga.
So, okay.
You just need some medicine for the herpes. You don't need medicine for a marriage.
At least marriage. At least herpes. At least herpes flares
No,
down.
nigga, I could press charges against you for giving me herpes.
You can press charges in a marriage too.
Went Gucci on all of
Straight
us.
Gucci.
Before
Straight
she went
verses.
Gucci on all of us.
Was there somebody in the camera?
The
that did
question
something?
that
No, I had to look at America and let them know, bitch, don't come at me.
the question
Don't do
I
that.
would answer it from someone who doesn't like to post their significant other until I feel comfortable with doing it. Is that a lot of people in 2020, and I say this a lot in 2020, right? Because a lot of fuck shit has happened. In 2020, they feel like they want to privately create and manifest something with their significant other, with other people having to have their own opinion upon it, right? However, when women do decide to like, oh, let me post my man, then that's when shit changes, and it's like, why can't we have a very medium of that? Why can't we have like, this is my nigga and you know this is what I'm doing with him? But it's because to me, Instagram or social media is so fucking Hollywood.
People
So
have their opinions of it.
Or you can put an emoji over
why
his face.
should that dictate like what's
People
really
like to
fucking going on?
Judge what works for you don't always work for others.
It
So
is.
They look at this and they like, oh shit, what the fuck? Like, you know, whatever. How she get a person?
Yeah.
How she with him? Why
Right.
is she this is that other?
Right.
Or you got the niggas coming in your fucking DM. And I done did this because I done been on my whole shit before. Oh, bitch, you married?
How long you had that problem?
Oh, bitch, that's your wife. Oh, bitch, I wasn't your wife when you was eating my pussy. Oh.
So for me, because I also don't like posting a nigga on my social media.
Okay.
For me, nah, I ain't got shit to do with that.
What?
For me, the niggas don't last.
Just
So for me, that's actually that's primary. Number one, you
next bullet.
cause it's like you've exposed kind of a personal part of you,
And then
right?
they'll be like, what happened to so and so?
A very intimate part of you,
Right.
which is like almost like a statement, like you know,
That's
I'm
just
like
family.
I'm proud. I'm standing next to this person, and I'm proud. This is my
Right.
nigga, love him, whatever. So you do all of that. You seem proud. You seem happy. You know, again, you've exposed a very intimate part of you. That nigga don't last, and now that part of you, it kind of came and it went. Came and it went, and it's like, how do I, right? How do I as a person, and why would it make me feel good to have to explain
yourself now.
that to everybody
better.
because you felt good enough about this person to expose your relationship with them to? So it's like when I say niggas come and go, like blink 3 times,
Right.
niggas is gone.
That's why you gotta post them on your story.
I don't
Gone after that, girl.
I don't do any of that.
24 fucking
That
hours.
to me is back to my my point. It's
I don't post a
it's
nigga
a
nowhere.
state of privacy, right? It's a state of me being comfortable, me understanding is it solid, is it not solid, for me to be comfortable to allow other people to feel like they're going to pursue or entertain what's
People
going on
nosy.
in my personal life, right?
People nosy.
So if I do that, I want to make sure who I'm with is solid to allow that platform to be spoken about.
And
right?
you're
know
going
what
to
I'm saying?
explain it when he go away.
Yeah.
But you gotta realize too, social media has come such a long way.
It has.
So when we thinking back from when we had to have a fucking college email address
Right.
or an
Right,
invite to
right.
get on Facebook,
Facebook, right?
like
Or your boyfriend in your top 8 on MySpace.
Come on, period.
nigga.
You ain't on my
Like
top
no,
eight.
but for real though, I say this
Hell,
all the time on Facebook. Like when it's school time, it's graduation time. There have been people that I've never met on social media that like look at y'all for example. Like this is my first time meeting y'all. Like I know y'all
I feel
from
like I
social
know you
media.
already.
You know what I'm saying? But exactly.
Yeah.
But you know, but like social media has that way of bringing us together. So when you've been friends with somebody for years on social media and you've watched them go through all of these different stages, you've watched them buy a house, you've watched your children grow up, you've watched them get
invested
married, you
now.
watched them go through all of these different things, you do feel like, you know, a certain part of that is your family, especially if that's somebody that, you know, that you interact with from time to time.
Yeah.
So when something does happen, like I have, you know, I've met people and there's people that I've met in club bathrooms that I've become friends with on social media.
Oh, yeah, girls, we do that a lot.
And we do that a lot.
Hey, did you get her
Shut up.
Instagram?
Don't worry about that.
But we do that. Like
I don't
we,
do that a lot at all.
you
that.
don't do what, the club bathroom?
I actually have her cell number.
You wanna know
Friendly as fuck.
Short
I do that
story.
everywhere. Gas stations, club bathrooms.
Don't let me see a fat
strip
ass.
clubs.
It's-
Okay, I'm like,
What? I be like,
No,
bitch,
yes,
yes. Girl,
See?
This
come
right
on,
here.
give it to me. No, for real though. Like
I don't do any of that.
a short story is, I want to know why though.
Right.
Why? Because we be so welcoming. Especially, come on, turn the mic.
Talking to the dick.
Talking to the dick,
Come on.
friend. Come on, talk right in the dick. Make sure it's sloppy.
So
Back of your face wet. That's
Back
what
of your face gotta be wet.
right. So I only don't do it because unbeknownst to y'all, because y'all probably like, girl, that's a lie. I don't fuck with strange people. Like I'm not good with strangers.
We were strangers.
Right. I at least met you guys and I've interacted with y'all online. I'm speaking
shit
about
crazy, though.
I mean, and I get
Right,
that.
she could be crazy right now.
I get that. But I'm saying like
It's the
in the-
level of comfort.
in the first
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
I might forget.
Could be.
Good.
Cause elaborate on that, sir.
I don't. We gonna
I
move the mic back.
I could be crazy. He want me to go off.
Oh.
We gonna move the mic back. She gonna forget her thought.
Don't
Hold on.
start Jamal.
Hold on, Eric. Oh,
Chill out.
the government.
Exactly. Let's go for it. Well, ignore him.
Continue.
He's not at peace with himself.
What was I talking about?
Strangers.
You don't
Strangers. You don't do well with strangers.
I was just explaining this to you earlier.
Stranger than
When I'm
you?
around,
What?
yes, I'm very like I'm almost like, so earlier I was in the bathroom at Atlantis and it was crowded, and I'm in there like I don't want to touch, I don't want to like invade it's people's space. It's just not something like I'm hands off. Like
Meanwhile, we were talking to
I
you.
don't do well with strangers. Like I
Do
don't
you
want
do
to talk to them.
Inebriated too though? Like
Cause inebriated
inebriated me don't give a fuck. Like bitch,
I'm
fixing
slapping
your wig.
ass.
See,
I'm adjusting
sober me is like
titties.
this. Me too.
Like,
I'm like,
if I walk,
Bitch, your titties is not okay.
Fix your shirt.
inebriated me is bringing her
See, and
back
I'm
to
sober.
my nigga.
I do that.
She said she gonna come with us to the next
She
spot.
coming and she bringing a friend.
bitch, let me
That
add
is
you.
a
Oh
ne-
my god, your baby is so beautiful.
Perfect.
Oh
Where
my god,
can we?
like,
Yes.
bitch, we cousins.
Inebriated.
But I'm doing that sober.
All right, so wait. I
Come
hear a
back.
lot of y'all when
Sorry.
I heard y'all talking about like the posting niggas. Why
Right.
You
Oh,
don't do
that was.
I
a
didn't.
topic.
That was
That
the
was
topic.
the topic.
Sorry, Jackson.
No, you
Sorry.
good, you good.
We went to women empowerment.
did,
Everybody's all
boy.
in back.
Like yes, sis.
So what I hear though, and maybe this is me, that maybe this is overthinking me.
Private.
It is.
But what I hear is before you even kind of reach the relationship, people outside of your relationship is affecting your relationship. And
That's
you
not what I said.
And you
No.
and let me finish. And you feel I feel like you don't have no control over it when you really fucking do.
Are you
Because-
asking? Can I?
Don't feel like that because that's not the
Sorry
case.
to cut
I'm trying
you
to
off.
figure out the
Look,
question.
if I'm not mistaken, I think you said people is nosy. You said, or one of y'all said
I ain't
people
saying
got
nothing.
opinions. One of y'all said, you know what I'm saying, don't know bitches come to me as a woman.
I
Oh,
feel
that
like-
was all her. That was her rant.
That was. I'm sorry. That was all me. I
Okay,
said
you
that.
and you said something you don't know if it's solid yet or not.
No.
You said this shit don't fucking like all of this shit
My husband's
can
on
be
the page.
is
No.
outside shit.
Do you post your hoe?
Listen,
Do
let
you
me-
post your
no,
hoes?
Let's go back.
Listen.
No, let's
Oh,
go
wait, that's a good question.
Go
ahead.
Wait.
Let's
That is
go
a good
back.
question.
Wait. She said,
Do you post your hoes?
hoes?
That is
Wait.
a good question.
Do you post the bitches you fucking with?
I do, and y'all don't have no fucking clue.
Because you hide us from the story.
Because I post
Right.
everybody.
Close friend. That's not fair.
Because I post everyone.
But that's not okay.
Okay,
But we
that's
can do
And-
the
and-
same thing though.
But wait a
Still,
minute.
still
Because
it's
we-
the
but wait a
same
minute.
fucking thing.
because
though.
we do
wait
a
a minute.
dedicated post.
But wait a minute though, if you scroll up and down women's fucking pages, it's
Not mine.
just them.
Correct.
It's just them. It's just them. It's selfies. It's mirror pics.
No.
It's,
I'm saying okay,
Because
no,
you
let's-
have-
Let's bring it
I'm
back.
trying to give y'all some
No,
G right now.
no.
You have
I'm
to
trying give y'all
watch.
some G right now.
No.
Let's bring it back. So
You
let's
have to
bring it
watch
back.
the stories.
I
Pay
feel
attention
like,
to the stories,
okay,
y'all.
let me just talk about me, right? I don't want to talk about nobody else. So if I'm talking about me, I feel like I'm not posting a nigga on my page until I feel like doing it, right? It does not matter if I feel like posting this nigga and everybody gonna talk like, oh, well, I used to fuck with that nigga, or you know, I'm that doesn't faze me. I'm going to post my nigga on my page when I fucking feel like posting it. It's simple. And so, yes, it is other people, like we said in the beginning, no face, no case. It is motherfuckers out here that is like that, and that's fine, right?
Joke, but
That's fine. But if I'm talking about me specifically, I'm not posting my nigga until I feel like fucking doing it.
But I gotta-
And
but
if
I-
my nigga
What?
got a problem with
But
that, I
wait.
can't.
Why?
Because you're not answering the question. The question is, you're saying I won't post him until I'm ready.
Yeah.
The question is why.
Because it's me. Like, okay, let me bring it back. I'm not posting my nigga until I feel like it is because I feel like we're at a stage in which there's solidarity, right?
Why
So for
why are you calling a nigga my nigga if it ain't no solidarity? I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish. I'm sorry.
Nigga,
My fault.
you- nigga,
Because
you-
words mean language means shit.
But nigga,
though.
you act like people been together for 5 years and don't cheat on each other and they
Correct.
fucking ruin
I-
a
Even
relationship.
that, but
Wait,
even
wait,
that,
wait,
but
wait.
even that.
Time out, because you can't. I get what you're saying, but that's an unfair conversation to have with me.
Why?
Because I ain't never cheated
This
on
is an
nobody.
unconversation.
I ain't
Unfair,
never cheated on nobody.
This is an
that I've
unfair
been with.
conversation to have with
but
me.
let's be very clear. There's niggas who have fucked with me more than I fucked with them, and I still have not decided to post them because I did not want to, right?
So-
because I didn't feel like
People
it.
are so moved by social media. You gotta realize that.
And that is very true, right?
People
That's
are
very
so
true.
moved by fucking social media. And it goes
what
back to what I
people?
said originally. It's a whole validation thing. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not
People
ready,
be shook.
people
on
really,
social media.
really do.
Who
People
are
be bothered.
Who are the people?
Nigga, the
It be
people on social
motherfuckers-
media.
Like,
Who are
let
the-
me give
America.
you a clean example.
Like Bernie next day.
sometimes, just for me, like if I'm talking about me, sometimes I really don't even want to be bothered with this shit just to not do it. So I can post something very simple. I think I posted. It was a meme that said, "If it's." You know, I really like you if we are able to really link, because I be dodging and ducking niggas. And it was niggas that was in my fucking DMs like, oh yeah, I know that shit, or
Because
yeah,
you be
because you
dodging
don't
and
be in that
ducking
shit. Oh, so that's how you feel about me. And it be like, bitches don't want to do that shit because, sorry, I'm spending. Bitches don't want to do that shit because it's like, I don't even have time for you to be in my
People
fucking
take
face
it.
with
People
that
take it
dumbass
personally.
shit.
But you posted
Like,
it, friend.
at the end of the day, I know what's solid over here, but
People
like,
take it per Jax. If you fucking
it be
post a
some
bitch,
sorry, like, sensitive ass niggas.
you
And it's
post a
just
bitch
like-
right now, and
All
you could do it as an experiment. You could post a hoe right fucking now and be like, I fucking love you. You've been riding with me through all this shit.
Bitches
Been
gonna be
traveling
mad.
from
Oh, they
state to
gonna be
state.
in your DM.
Hoes gonna be in your DM like,
And some people
bitch,
just-
you got a whole Like what the fuck? Like and you don't be wanting to deal with that shit. Like for real.
Deal with
And,
what?
but it's all you're never gonna understand because we have vaginas and you have a dick. Niggas are fucking annoying. Bitches are fucking annoying.
Just have them do it.
If you post
a bitch right now
that was like, this my bitch, she been riding.
nigga, you can post a story with a bitch
hard.
head in your lap.
Oh, so that's your bitch.
Right, that's weird again.
Like, you
Time out,
don't feel like
Time out.
having to hear that shit.
Because if you scroll back far enough, I have posted it. It is a picture with a bitch in my lap.
How far
That's
though?
number
That's
one.
3 years ago.
My point is, I've done that. But also, my point is, see, this whole conversation, I'm chuckling and I'm laughing because y'all may not hear it because y'all are too close to the conversation. I'm hearing a lot of no accountability. Because y'all added, listen.
Here he go with his non-relatable shit. Go ahead.
When I say post, right?
Right.
Do you have to caption a post?
You don't.
No.
But
So
you
you post your nigga.
Wait.
And that's
So you wait a minute.
Go
Because
ahead.
I just want to categorize things in things that you can control and things that you cannot control.
Right.
You can control what you post, who you post. You can control on whether you leave a caption or you just leave that shit blank.
But you can't control how people respond.
Period.
He's just saying don't
what
put-
I'm saying is the things that you can't control don't fucking matter. Because
We don't want to deal with it.
deal with what? Deal with.
But if there's
deal-
no
wait a
caption,
minute,
let them
wait a
assume
minute,
is
let
what
me-
he's
just-
saying.
Just let me finish my thought though before y'all rebuttal. Just let me finish. Because you can, if you post a picture, if you post a pic, I've posted pictures. Y'all have no idea how many people that I've posted that I've actually fucked.
You post a lot. We don't look at all
That's
That's
my
what
point.
he's saying.
I look at all of it.
That's
I'm
my
just wanna
point.
throw that
That's
out
what he's
there.
saying.
That's my point because what y'all are doing is y'all are giving so much fucking.
But we don't want
power.
to assume
Y'all
either,
are
though.
giving so much fucking.
that you are above it all, Jax.
I'm just.
But
I'm
okay, so but
trying to
okay.
give y'all niggas G right
So-
now, and
so-
y'all keep trying to cut me off.
Sorry,
Because
go ahead,
you give-
Jackson. Go ahead, Jackson.
You give the social media
Too
fucking
much
machine
power.
so much power because you're basically saying if I post this one picture, so many people are gonna react. So the fuck what?
But
You don't have to answer no DMs. You could block niggas.
Facts.
Bitches block niggas every fucking day.
Facts, but my point is this.
love that she's yelling.
Sorry.
I'm here for this.
Like, what are you talking
No,
about?
my point is this. So,
Get him
are
out.
you okay with a woman that's like, I'm not posting my nigga?
If I'm her nigga?
That's not okay.
If I'm her nigga?
You gotta
But-
post them.
Yeah, if you're her nigga.
If
No,
I'm
you
her,
gotta post
hold the
them.
fuck-
No,
if
you gotta
if
post
I'm in a,
them.
But
if-
why do you want to be posted? Why?
But wait,
what
listen.
does being posted mean to you?
No. Let's go back to the first question.
Yeah.
Are you? No. Go back to that first question.
Yeah.
Do you have an issue with her not posting you? If you her nigga,
I would. I'd be pissed.
not you,
But
him.
why? What
He
the-
should
No,
be
wait, no. Let him answer that.
I'm good. I'm in the clear.
Yeah, you're in the
Okay.
clear. Go ahead.
It depends on how you post on your social media. Because if you post the things that are very, very important to you on your social media, and you tell me that I'm very, very important to you, but I'm not on your social media, issue, my nigga. That's an issue.
Okay.
But if you posting random stuff, then it's not.
If you post willy
I make
nilly,
it here or
if you
there.
post willy nilly, and that's just how you post, and you post fucking trees and flowers
Shit.
and cars and the ground and fucking plates and shit. All right, cool. That's just like
So
it's
to
all
me,
about
like the
But the
bottom
way-
line is
Let
you're
him,
saying
friend, let him finish.
the way that y'all are. I fucking just scrolled your fucking shit. It's all you, my nigga.
That was
And I assume that you love you. Because you don't have a lot of pictures, which tells me you're very, very selective in the
I
pictures
am.
that you
So
put
if
up.
y'all-
no,
Posting
that
is
means
important.
not that I'm selective, but just that social media is not that much of a big deal to me.
So if it's not a big deal,
Why you
Right.
can't post them?
then what's the difference?
But okay.
I'm sorry, I'm with Jackson.
But she said that though. But she said that. She said in the beginning, she was like, I mean, fuck, like, I just don't do it.
But if I do, I'm
I
not
do
gonna-
it. If I
It
damned
is,
if I do,
but
damned if I don't.
I'm saying because I don't want you to put what I'm saying like specifically targeted to me, right? I'm talking about what I'm saying is personifying women that I know that I've had a conversation with, right? That most women just don't want to deal with the extraness. He's
just saying you can ignore the extra.
And that's fine. I understand that.
Can.
But what I'm saying is those are things that you know how fucking easy it is for bitches to ignore niggas in real life?
We do it.
Just
every
because
day.
they're ignoring you doesn't mean it's easy to ignore everyone.
Every day. It's not hard to do it, but some women just don't. And I know, and if I'm speaking, so let me step outside the box, Sam. I'm speaking specifically to me. I'm not posting my nigga until I feel comfortable with it, because if I'm going back to Freck's point, niggas come and go. And I'm not going to make myself or allow myself to be vulnerable to be out here with a nigga that really ain't for me.
But you could post him, he could do the same thing though.
I mean,
when you
real
feel
shit.
comfortable.
But I don't feel like posting him personifies that my relationship has elevated to the next level.
But it technically has, because you posted him.
But
But
to
not
me,
for
it's
everybody
not that
though.
serious though.
But not for
'Cause
everybody.
I have dated niggas for about 3-4 years, and then
never
I
posted
never
them?
posted them. But that's just me though, right?
Yeah.
So I guess I'm a
Some
little
people
bit
just
different.
do it differently.
And then like there was when I was with my daughter's dad, I never posted that nigga. Like
Don't you hate him?
I hate him now,
Okay.
but you gotta
See,
remember.
I'm in reverse. I don't hate mine.
Like you gotta, but you have to remember though. I hate him now.
Mm-hmm.
There was I have a daughter with him, so there was at one point I loved that nigga,
I never loved him.
and I sat on it. I kept doing it. I kept going back.
But
to
you
it.
can sit on it and not love it though.
I think
Eventually, I got to that point, but I never posted him though. And
say
it was just because it was a battle that I was going through within myself. Is this something that I really want? Is this something that's really going to last? Is this something that's really going within me? But that was also my issue because I also thought too much about social media, and I also looked too much for that validation. And until I got to like now, I find I'm on social media, but I'm not on social media. I don't scroll as much as I used to. I'll watch the stories, but like after about 5 or 6 stories, I'll read my DMs, but I'm not on it as much as I'm used to. I'm on Twitter because Twitter is a wild ass place.
Twitter's a dark
But
place.
that's real shit. So that goes back to your shit, right? So it goes back to you understanding the type of woman that you're fucking with, right? So
Somebody got somewhere to be?
you can tell, right? So if you look at my social media, I am very strategic with how I post. So you will know that if I post you, it's like more meaningful because I really don't be on that shit unless I feel like being on that shit. So it goes to show that it's the type of woman that you're dealing with. You're either dealing with a woman that personifies social media and it means that me and my nigga has leveled up in our relationship, or you dealing with a woman that's like, fuck social media, and if I decide to post my nigga, that doesn't change what's shaking between me and him. And that's the type of fucking female that you date. You want a woman that cares about personifying you and putting you on your Instagram?
I mean, my nigga got me blocked on Instagram and Facebook.
That saves relationships.
You know what?
My nigga has me, like, my nigga got me blocked, like, for real, and refuses
Girl,
to
I've
unblock
been
me.
blocked, unblocked,
But we
and
still
yet
together.
still.
Like, we still
That
together.
shit.
So it doesn't bother you that you're not on his.
You know what I gather
don't
from
need to
this
be there.
though? What I gather from this is
Don't say no fuck shit.
He might.
what I gather from this is like a lot of women just aren't, or maybe it's the men's fault. I don't know. People aren't friends first because you have no because you
How
don't,
do you gather this?
because
No, that's a good point.
because
Gather it.
because if you're legitimately friends first and
Right.
homies with somebody first, nobody has any kind of issue. I've probably taken pictures with all of y'all. Not you yet, because this is our first time meeting in person.
We'll take one or two.
But we've
We
taken
actually
pictures.
don't have a picture together, but we've worked together.
Okay.
We'll all take pictures.
You get what I'm saying?
that's
But
a
like,
picture of me
but
that ain't
what I'm saying it because what I'm saying is, it tells this is, and again, I'm an overthinker, but this is how
He's a Libra, y'all.
this is how it
Me too,
translates to
relax.
me. It translates to me that like somebody, whether it's the man or the woman, is skipping the fucking friendship stage because the friendship because the friendship stage, if it's legitimately a friendship stage. You're not even on that.
Everybody
You're not
knows
thinking
that.
about that because
But
my
let's
two
be
male best
real.
friends, I'm posting the shit out of my 2 male best friends. Because I'm not thinking about that.
Exactly.
But everybody not meant to be a
Shit out of
friend.
him.
Yes, everyone doesn't didn't meet like as friends. Like people sometimes meet as I'm feeling you. Like I'm feeling you.
Let's be friends
do that.
first.
Nigga, if I'm trying to fuck you, I'm not posting you.
Which is fine.
I'm
not saying that that's wrong.
And we could be in a friend stage.
I don't
I'm
think
not-
everyone meets
I'm not saying
as
that.
friends. I think
Listen,
we grow
I'm not
into
saying
that
that. I'm not
stage.
saying that
Elaborate.
that's
But you can be
wrong.
friends first, and then it turns into something
I'm
else.
not saying that that's
but that
wrong.
don't mean because I'm not posting you. Not
But
my
what
nigga.
I am saying, because we was just talking about this when we was just out at the Atlanta
Atlantis.
shit, right? Where you was talking about being friends with people first.
Being friends first.
And see, and this is why, this is one of the other reasons why sometimes, not in all cases, but I think that marriage be like a fucking sham because people always get on
That's
the,
it.
because
you're
no,
not,
listen,
you're not about
because
to say
I said sometimes.
Hold on.
I said sometimes
Hold on.
because
You're
people
not
that get on
about
the fucking mic when they doing their toast and they talk about I married my best friend when y'all niggas fucking
Wasn't friends
skipped over that
first.
shit.
But Jax, you outgrow people.
But not even outgrowing. Not
Get
even
up.
What does that have to do
outgrowing.
with anything?
Because that could have been your. Because that could. No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead,
but I'm gonna say this. And again, this is. I've never been married before.
He be making me want to
I've
fight.
never
I
been
don't
married
know 'cause I'm
before.
married and I got somebody
But
else.
I didn't
But
try
I've
to
outgrown
fight.
friends. And at
Yeah.
that moment, okay. And I'm gonna use you as an example. I sent you a message today, letting you know how I felt about a certain something. When I met you, me and that person was cool, but I've outgrown that person. Sometimes you're at certain phases in your life, and when you get married, when you do things, you do what you do because you feel that it's right, and you feel like that is what you need to do. At least I do. I'm moved by what feels right for me and what I feel is right for my future at that time. But sometimes you outgrow that, you outgrow people, and you move the fuck on. They got people that I've been cool with, that I've known for years, but I've outgrown them. And it ain't no love lost. I just can't fuck with them. I don't have nothing to give them no more. I could use my daughter's dad as an example. I love him, but fuck him. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time,
that.
no, like for real. At one point in
girl,
time, I
I'm right
love
there with you.
like for real. Like I love the fuck out this nigga. Like I would take a bullet for this nigga. I had this nigga name tatted
Oh,
on me.
but-
Like I wanted to have a family with this person. But like for real,
Over my
like
head now.
I wanted to have a family with this nigga. Like I don't want to. I don't want to have any more children because of this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because of what I went through with this person. This is who I thought that I would spend my life with. But I outgrown him. So even though we were engaged, even though that we were in the situation that we thought that was best for us, it don't work no more. And that's just how it is. And you outgrow people, you outgrow jobs, you outgrow situations, you outgrow like everything, anything. You might outgrow this. You might feel like this is not suiting me anymore.
Let him blow up first.
But
Go
what is
ahead.
that? But what if outgrowing a friendship or relationship? That don't got nothing to do with skipping that process.
Yeah, you
or that
still need to do
stage
the friendship.
altogether.
But you can go through all of
not
that.
sponsored.
I fell out with a girl that I had been cool with for 17 years, Jax, over something so serious. Like somebody I was really cool with. Man, real shit. We watched a fucking wedding video of somebody that I fell out with. I didn't talk to that person for 3 fucking years. And you just fall out with people. Shit happens. Shit changes. You go through certain different things in your life and you deal with that how you deal with that. You go through that how you go with that. But you can't stop how that shit come. You just gotta go with it. You have to undergo it. Sometimes it works out for the better. You make up with people. That don't necessarily mean like, I mean, everything serves its purpose in life though.
To your
I still think
point,
they should be friends first.
I think that just because
Everybody gotta show you something.
Yeah, but just because we decide to be friends first does not mean that I have to post it. Like, if me and you were to take this is our first time meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if me and you were to take a flick, like, okay, cool. But there's men that I encountered for the first time that I never flicked it up with, right? But
God
had
bless
we
you. That
decided
was so
to be
cute.
friends
I know, that was adorable.
and had social media, it was.
was the cutest fucking thing.
What
I was
is
like,
so
oh my God,
funny
what was
is
that?
that when I met her, I sneezed like that, and people thought it was her, and I was like, no, listen to me. That's why it's like we became really good friends.
That shit was so
sorry.
cute.
It was. I was like,
dainty.
oh,
I'm
cute,
so
dainty,
sorry.
and girly was that.
I didn't mean to
Sorry.
take away from that, but that
No,
shit beautiful.
No.
I wasn't expecting that.
Go
Me
ahead,
either.
Go
It was
ahead,
gonna be
go
like a
ahead.
hard sneeze.
To your point, like, just because we don't put it on camera does not mean that I'm not friends with niggas before. Like, there's niggas that are in my phone that are my niggas. Like, I talk to them about everything. Do I have flicks with them? Maybe, maybe not. But if I decided to date these niggas, would it be like, that wasn't your friend first? Because I don't have, like, photographs.
But the
of
friend
it.
first builds the some type of foundation though, like something.
But there's also niggas that I've met and I've dated, and we didn't start off just as friends. We started off on a mutual agreement that we wanted like something more than that.
And some people read the room wrong.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't think I agree that you should start off as friends. Absolutely. So I'm not taking that away from you. I'm not taking that away from you.
Let's stay on the friends. Let's stay on the friends piece. Like, how long do y'all? I want to ask you a two-part question. Mm-hmm. How long would you date a guy before you feel like y'all need to move into a relationship?
Right.
But the second question is, how long do you think that it takes for you to gain a genuine friend?
Can I go first?
Sure.
Go ahead, friend.
I'm going to pee.
So
Okay.
I don't remember
They're
the
down
second
here.
question. Sorry.
The
Scared
second
me already.
question was.
Well, let me stick to the first one.
Okay.
Wait. Let me stick to the first one. So, for me, it's not about the time per se, like length of time as far as like, time.
You fucked up right now. Jesus.
It's friend.
Wait.
Provided by who?
Wait.
No, we need a sponsorship.
Okay.
I'm just flashing it, putting it back down. You know.
No, that's actually not what I'm fucked up on. It's not alcohol at all.
We know what you fucked up on.
Okay.
We ain't gonna talk about
So for me,
Let it be
it's
settled, let it be
because it's not. For me, it's not time as in like how long we've been doing this over like months or whatever. For me, it's the time I'm investing in you. So if we're in a space where I'm spending 5, 6, 7 days with you, we're talking on the phone all the time, that's a lot of time invested. You're wanting a lot out of me for me not to be committed to you in a relationship. There are other things I could be doing with other people, but if you're taking that much of me, and I'm not saying that you're taking it as though I'm being robbed of it, like I'm giving it, but you're also accepting it. But it's like, if we're spending, like I said, 6 days a week together, we're spending at each other's houses, we're on the phone all day, all night, that's a lot of time. That's not time for me to do anything with anyone else. If that's the case, if you're giving me all of your time and I'm giving you all of my time, what are we doing? Why are we not there?
Because
What are we at?
Well, I don't know if that was rhetorical or not, but I can.
Oh, if you have an answer then.
Because, like, in my opinion, we can be spending a lot of time, but it takes different people different amounts of time to feel like that they know you well enough to go ahead and make that next step.
That is my point. To me, like, I don't feel like we have, as the culture that we're in has specified, that there's a time limit on shit. And it's really not. Like, there's men that I've met that moved more quickly than other men that I met. There's friendships that I met that moved more quickly than other friendships that I've had. And so to me, it's the vibe, or it's the aura around me. It's how I feel about you. It's how you're allowing me to feel about you that allows us to move to the next step. And to me, it's all about communication. I just feel like in our generation, communication is so scarce because we're really so afraid to be who the fuck we are. So if you really feeling me, say that. If I'm really feeling you, I'm gonna say that. That I'm just that type of person.
Sometimes
I'm a very up in your face. This is how the fuck I feel. Do you feel this way? And if you don't, okay, cool. I'm not gonna cut you off. but I'm still gonna play my cards the way that you dealt them to me and keep it moving. And either we gradually get to the same fucking deck or we don't. Like, it's simple to me. But I don't know why we make it seem like time is like we have to have a specific time limit on what is right and what is wrong, because everyone moves differently.
I agree, but a lot of in my experience, a lot of women aren't outwardly like just like super vocal in terms of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Complaining, amazing.
You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that, Jackson. You didn't have to do that.
But no, okay, seriously. But like in terms of like communicating about where you want this to go, or you know what I'm saying, like how are you feeling, like this is how I'm feeling, how are you feeling, a lot of the times like women might feel a way but they won't say it because they feel like, in my opinion, they feel like that's them like taking the lead,
going too far,
and they feel like the man should take the lead, but if the man doesn't want to move at a certain pace,
so give it to me. So like, what do you feel like, right? You talk to a lot of men, right? You're a man. So what do you feel like? Do you you want a woman to be in your face? Like, this is how I feel. What is your thoughts on that? Because you understand why women don't
do that.
So
but I do it anyway.
Because if I'm in your face, like, okay, so what's that? How are you gonna take that? Are you gonna take it as she's more aggressive, or she trying to lead into this too much? Like, what is your?
I definitely don't want anybody in my face.
You just want them
but
beside
like
it?
I'm
You want them in your dick, or like
He wants them somewhere else.
her face to be like,
Somewhere else.
But
where would you like her face to be?
I'm never opposed to open communication and transparency. I'm never opposed to that. I just think it's the way that it's. I think that the way that it's like delivered that can be like off-putting.
Do you?
Because and I'm sorry, but I think like the what are we question.
I hate that.
No, I think that's childish.
I hate that. What are we?
That's childish.
Because I feel like it's.
What you think?
I feel like it's. I feel like that's a two-part question, but you're only saying like one part of it.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because to me, instead of basically saying, if you've gotten to the point where you're gonna say what are we, then in my opinion, I think you already have an idea of what we should be.
Correct.
But you just want to get my opinion first because you're gonna go off of my lead. But if you're really gonna go off of my lead, let me fucking bring it up first.
Okay, so that was gonna be my question. So
everybody's not meant to lead though.
My question was
every
going
man's
to
not
be,
meant to lead.
do you feel, and this is more of a personal, just not like a conversation for your audience, but like a personal question, is if you feel like you have encountered a young woman that you want to kind of take it to the next step. She's the sloppy on the dick, because that's what I hear.
Super sloppy, gaga.
From your folks. That's what you like.
From your folks?
From your people.
From your subscribers, from your friends.
He likes for the back of their face to be wet.
Super wet.
So, if you feel like you've met that person that you want to take it to the next step,
people really don't.
What do you do? Are you the leader? Because I will tell you, a lot of women that you find that may be a little bit more aggressive or don't be in my face is because they've encountered niggas that just don't take the lead on shit like that, because they don't want to be ass out. You know, they don't want to be bottoms up. So if you have encountered you have encountered a young woman that you felt that you wanted to take it to the next step, are you going to be vocal first about it?
I think I would be.
It's Jackson.
I think I would. No, I mean, I'm saying because I say that I think because a lot of the situations that I have been in, I haven't been given enough time to really truly take that first step.
And like
I
say that, like what?
I'm meaning like it usually is the woman to be like,
what's up, nigga? It's 9 o'clock.
So then it's more of a.
Well,
it's not like it takes away the option as for me, like as a man, to actually like take that lead, because now I'm really not going at my pace.
Right.
I'm going at my pace based off of you telling me what your pace is. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so then it puts you in a position where now you really have to sit down and be like, all right, well, you have to now like measure out like, well, I do like her, but do I like her so much to where now I want to get in a relationship, not because I really want to get in one right now, but because she wants to get in one.
So, okay, so to go back to your point on the, I think we were talking about, you know, what is the time frame? So do you feel like there's a time frame, or do you feel like that shit just happens naturally?
Yeah. I mean, in a perfect world, I feel like it would just happen naturally.
But realistically, in 2020.
Realistically,
2020 is almost over.
Come on, I gotta say 2020 because shit's
almost there.
been real.
I mean,
Shit is getting real.
I've only met like a very, very, very select few amount of women who don't really pressure you about the, you know, like what's taking so long or shit or get off the pot type of. I've only met like maybe like one or two women like that ever.
Do you feel like you have a time frame? Is there a time frame? What is your thoughts? Like,
I feel like I don't feel like there's a time frame. I feel like for me it's when you have like when you're in the position to entertain or date or fuck other women, but because you have another woman in your life, you don't really want to.
Yeah.
But on your own though.
but
Not because you.
So like they don't like competition, like kind of sense.
No, what I'm saying is like as a man, like if you have say you got a girl that you like your main or whatever,
Right.
but y'all not together, but you know y'all dating, y'all talking, whatever, you like her, whatever, but y'all not together, and then for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying, you're not around her, you get around another woman or another group of women, or you're in the lounge or in a bar, or you get a woman to come over, but something in you just don't even like this ain't really what I thought it was. Like, I don't really want to be here because she's not the other girl.
You
Like,
said this with somebody.
To me, that's like the feeling of a man who is like approaching that, like, you know what? This shit out here don't even make no motherfucking sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why y'all? What's so funny about
Go
it?
ahead. No, we're not laughing at that. Go ahead.
Oh.
like a child. She's trying to hang him on my oh God.
You know what I mean? But like, I don't think that feeling really has a time frame on it, and I think that what makes it so tricky about like, you know, how soon we gonna do this and when we gonna get in a relationship. I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure that y'all will. I feel like the niggas who really move slow are actually the niggas who y'all should let move slow, because those is the niggas who really take relationships serious.
I don't feel like that. I feel like the niggas that move slow are the niggas that are very indecisive, and
See,
that
I
they
don't
can't
agree.
really figure out, like, is this what I want?
Let
And
them
I
figure
feel
it
like-
out, though.
I
Let them
mean,
figure
yes,
it out.
no, but I feel like to
How
figure that
long
out,
are
you
you
have to
supposed to
be
figure it
vocal.
out?
Let him go.
He
But-
can't just be figuring that shit out.
But
like,
we figured
on
it
his
out.
own,
Nigga,
right?
I
So
figured
if
it out
he
with
feels
somebody
like
for
he
10
ain't
Y'all gotta
years.
talk one at a
feeling it,
time. Y'all gotta talk
and
one
he
at a
feels
time.
like he's not really feeling it, or like circumstances
Read the
encounter,
signs.
and he's not saying, "Look, this is how I feel about this."
I figured it out with somebody
You
for
gotta-
10 years.
You have to.
And he
you
married
have to
somebody
talk
else.
through that shit, but I just feel like we
This
don't
is
talk. Like we don't. And I
That's
don't
nice.
understand where, like, in the culture of black couples, that it's so hard for us to communicate, but it really the fuck is. And it be hard to communicate about some simple ass shit.
I think because the way that, again, like the delivery and the communication, at least in our culture, at least not even in our culture, in the women that I've experienced, it's like a communication with an asterisk of like, it's because it doesn't, like, the feeling of it isn't just, hey, I just want to have this conversation.
Right.
The feeling of it is, I want to have this conversation because whatever you say in this conversation is going to dictate what the fuck I do after we have this conversation. So how you
Yeah.
feel,
And it
nigga?
shouldn't- yeah,
And
it
so,
shouldn't-
Like, you know what
and
I'm
that
saying?
is so hard because, like, I feel you on 100%, like, different levels of this, but I feel like for some reason there is a lot, just living in Atlanta, right? Like, and we was kind of talking about this shit. Well, we was kind of talking about that, But just living in Atlanta, there are so many single, educated, smart black women out here, and I just don't understand.
Don't, like, you got I just
what
you can't, like, when you try to put yourself in the shoes of a man, like, all that other shit you listing, my nigga.
What?
It don't. That's what you like. That's what women look for in a nigga.
But let me finish.
Okay,
I'm saying it's a lot of single. Maybe I should not personify on me. Sorry.
Okay, hair flip.
There's a lot of single people out here. A lot in Atlanta. Like, there's a fucking lot of us out here going fucking Hinge, Tinder, all that shit. And everybody, and I say this shit, right? If we gonna take it back to social media, I say this shit because I can post some single, like, I'm a single romantic or I'm a single this kind of person, and half my motherfucking timeline repost the same shit that I said. So it's like, all of us is out here wanting the same thing. What the fuck is the problem? To me, it has to be communication. Because how can we all repost the same fucking shit? The same fucking shit. And to your point, you felt like, oh, if we repost this shit, we felt like it's a meaningful reason why we were posting. How can we all repost the same fucking shit and we all on this bitch single?
Because it's so many.
What is it? It's gotta be communication.
Because it's so many nuances and caveats into picking the person that you want to be.
But how is it so specific that everyone agrees on the same shit though?
Because I want a romantic nigga who's 6'7" with a big build,
or some nigga don't want kids,
and he's funny, and he's charismatic.
That's not the shit I'm talking about.
And he's charismatic, but no, he don't got no other hoes but me. Like,
no, but that's the problem though. But you gotta go into every situation that somebody got. Don't say that. For real, that's your list. But you gotta go into every situation.
I got a list. She does have.
You really do. Your eyes are getting lower and lower, and I want to know. I want to be where she's at. But no, for real. But you have to go into every situation that somebody has somebody else. Mm-hmm. Somebody is fucking somebody else.
I just went through that. Literally just went through this shit.
And it's just like, fuck, at the end of the day.
But you can tell if they're fucking somebody else, though.
You can't always tell if they fucking somebody else.
I feel like there's always signs that we just don't look at it.
You can't. Sometimes you can trust your gut and you could go with it, and then sometimes you can't, and sometimes you really don't know. That's how a lot of people are bombarded with shit. But you have to realize, though, at the end of the day, no matter what it is, what's going to stand out for you is going to stand out. What's done in the dark is going to fucking stand out, and it's going to come to the light. Whatever is meant for you, it's going to show itself, and it's going to pop out. Whatever going to work for you, going to work for you. What's meant for you is meant for you. That ain't on no spiritual shit. That's on some real shit, nigga. If that shit is going to happen, it's going to happen. If it's not, it's not.
But if that's really the mentality, like, I hate, because a lot of, I don't know, should I say a lot? Should I say some? Should I say?
Yeah, you can say some bitches.
Some, but some people, right? Some people say.
You wanted to say bitches.
So bad.
Some
just say some bitches.
Say everything that you just said. If it's for me, it's gonna be for me. If it's not, it's not. But then those some people have a fucking timeline.
They are what they attract.
Trying to rush people into being into
you
situations
are
that they not ready for yet.
You are what you attract.
You can't do both of them shits.
You
can't sit here and say what's gonna be for me, gonna be for me.
But you gotta do it in 2 years.
And then you talking to a nigga like so what we doing though?
Because they're not ready, and that's just what it is. And they go through that. You go through that. I told you this. I feel like I met my soulmate. Like, I know you can't tell me.
I think it's, you know.
You can't tell me this bitch wasn't my fucking soulmate. Like, you can't tell me this bitch wasn't my soulmate. I went through a period of looking for him in other guys.
Why are you looking? Oh.
Absolutely. And to me, that's when you know that you've encountered someone that
Exactly.
is,
but that wasn't the person that I was meant to be with. It just wasn't. We have that
but
time.
But it was someone that was on that line.
Exactly. But I put a timeline on it. But I put a timeline on it because of where I was in my life. Because of what I was going through right then. Mm-hmm. And what you go through, I know a lot of people call it now, because I just said this on Twitter. Y'all hoes wasn't this spiritual back in 2008.
Not at all. Okay,
But then again,
y'all
I
hoes
just graduated high
wasn't
school.
y'all hoes wasn't this in tune back in 2008. So
It's not in tune. They just on their last.
this spiritual journey and shit that y'all on, we wasn't.
In 2008, I just graduated high school, so I wasn't there yet.
Most people don't really start believing in God until that plane going down.
But I don't even
That's-
think that.
it's
But
the last
I don't.
fucking
Well,
mistake.
I don't want to even say.
Right though.
But I say spiritual loosely though, because they got a lot of people that's spiritual.
Don't
That's
say
not
that.
that's not even. I feel like when you say God, that's religious. Spiritual is just you're on a spiritual journey. Everybody takes that term
I got
differently.
spiritual 4 years ago,
Like,
so yeah.
like for real, like everybody takes that term differently, like and how they handle it. Like, oh, I'm in tune and I'm aligned with the stars. Like I think I just told you, like one of my friends told me that she meditated herself into a fucking orgasm.
Yeah, you told me that. And
I
I'm
said,
like,
bitch,
teach
I don't,
me, bitch.
bitch, I don't ever want to be that aligned
Teach
that much
me.
to where
I wanna
I
be
meditated
that
into a fucking orgasm, bitch. Like I don't want to do
90-degree
that.
Angle. I want to be there.
Why? Bitch, because I want to sit on a dick. That's why.
But just because you have an orgasm, why can't you go sit on the dick when you're done?
I mean, I don't want to be that calm with the world.
I do.
I don't want to be
Because-
that at peace.
I want to be that at peace.
That's a level
where I can
of
give myself an orgasm.
Sorry, that's a level of control. When you reach that level, it's a level of freedom that you just
Yeah, I'm not
you
there
can't
yet.
surpass.
I want to get there.
I don't know if I want to do that while I'm manifesting some shit in prayer.
I'm not there yet. Let me
Girl,
work on some
manifest
other
and have
shit.
an orgasm at the same time.
I feel like once I could like meditate myself into an orgasm, like I really would have.
That's some voodoo shit. Sorry.
Why is it voodoo shit?
Sorry.
Like that's like some real at peace
I
shit.
want-
Why is
that.
it voodoo
That's
shit?
like
I don't
though?
some
think it's
real,
voodoo.
like you are at peace, you are at calm, you
I
are
want
not
to be
moved
that at
by
peace.
nothing.
I want
I
to
mean,
be
I would
that
like to
unmoved.
be that at peace, but
I
now
would
while I'm
love to
praying
be
to the
there.
Lord.
Like,
But
that
we didn't
shit
say
is-
praying.
We
We
didn't
said
say pray while you
meditating.
doing that, friend.
That shit made me remind when I was on Zoloft. Like Zoloft just made me
I
like
can't
lack
stand
of emotion. Like I couldn't cry. Like I couldn't do nothing. Like I was
Zoloft
so
would
mad.
do that too.
Like I wanted to fight, but I couldn't. I was just stuck
You
because
don't know nothing about that. You
I was
told me
just
to-
so really.
About Zoloft? No, I don't.
You don't know nothing about
Say,
that.
I think you do.
No, so what's that?
That's weird.
That's an upper or
That's
downer?
that's an antidepressant
Antidepressant.
medication, and it pretty much just numbs your emotions. Really, like you don't feel.
Am I permanently on Zoloft? Because I'm not.
Like you, like you don't
Emotions.
feel.
Oh, but
So,
what was the question?
the-
Shit, I lost.
I don't know. I lost it, but people. I mean, like you just people just go through that shit. Like they just do. They just do, Jax. Like, and you just don't group us all together. Stop grouping all the
I'm
bitches
grouping.
together.
I say some. I say a lot. I say,
That's why you just.
You say bitches.
I say.
We said the
in my
bitches
experience.
for you.
I
say
preface
bitches.
My statements with
You
a
say
lot-
bitches.
Okay, I say some bitches. A lot of bitches.
No, just say
You
The
use
bitches
A
that
few
I've encountered
bitches,
in my
selective
life.
bitches. I mean,
I say that.
All right, next question.
did we answer the?
Sorry.
Did we
So
answer the two
soft.
that he gave?
All right, what was the last thing
You
I
are
had?
so soft.
It's the hoodie.
I got a
It
couple.
is.
Buy
it's
you
the
one.
hoodie.
Come on.
You can
Let me
get
see,
a
let
Not
me
Jax
see.
hoodie. By
Just
DMing
slide in the
Not Jax.
DMs.
Shameless.
You know what? I asked this on my last episode, but I really think this is a great question, so I'm gonna ask it to y'all too. I said, men get taught how to treat women, but don't get taught how to be treated by women. Women get taught how to be treated by a man, but don't get taught how to treat a man. How do y'all feel about that?
There's a poet that had a very strong monologue about that, and to me, it's not okay, right? Like, I just feel like how women are brought up so much so different than to men allows us to have this friction, confrontation, and lack of communication that we currently have with each other. It's not okay.
Because we don't know how to treat each other.
Women should be brought. I mean, we should. And I can't, cause I'm gonna complain about it, right? But I don't have a solution. I hate saying shit, and I don't have a solution about it. But I just feel like there needs to be a equal playing field, that women need to be brought up and have some of the same upbringing that men have. And it's not equal for us, right? So like women get brought up to be taught to do, or be a wife or be X, Y, and Z, and men get brought up to be, I'm the foundation and the breadwinner of the family. But unfortunately, times changes. So how do we deliver that to our kids so they feel that they have an equal playing field? And maybe that's just
We
me.
teach them.
We
You
teach them that,
treated, so you teach
but
them.
I just don't. I think for people like us and our generation, that shit it's
wasn't
been
taught
taught different. It was
I was taught
taught
fairy tale bullshit.
so
but
differently to me.
I wasn't taught that.
It was I like being a breadwinner and being a hustler. Being a go getter, get my money. Like that shit was not taught to me. But that's the shit that I had to grow into, and that's the shit that I do now. But it's so abstract towards what my parents were. My mother, like, she does not handle any of the finances. She doesn't know about the finances, but her whole life she's been taken care of. And like the fact that I have to sit down and I talk to my father about shit like, all right, this is how I'm trying to shake and move this. He like, yeah, let's do this. It's so different. It's so different now. And then she be looking at me like, you had a conversation with him about that? And I'm like,
I literally
because I had to have a conversation with him.
I'll be
about
wanting to
that
curse
shit.
my therapist out.
Yeah.
When she be like, oh, well, have you talked
It's
to
different now.
your
And it should
dude
be
about
okay.
the rent and shit? And I be like, bitch, he don't live here. Like, he be here, but he
You
don't
don't live here.
He don't fucking live here.
So I pay
why
my
the-
rent.
Why the fuck do I need to ask him about the
rent?
The fucking rent. Like, not only that, like, bitch, his hours got cut. Like, how the fuck I'm gonna ask him to pay for the fucking rent? And he ain't got it. It's different strokes for different folks. So whatever works is what works. I grew up in an environment where my daddy was a hoe. Like, period.
Yeah,
like,
my
you know what I'm saying? Like,
little daddy was a hoe.
my daddy was a hoe.
feel
Like,
like
I watched my
that.
mama grind and get it. I lived in the house with all of my grandmothers. I lived in the house with my grandmother, my great grandmother, and my great great grandmother, all at one point in time. So I always describe myself as this person who, I don't feel like I'm that independent bitch, like, oh, I got my own, or I could do for myself, or I could do this, and the other. But I feel like I could be codependent. Sure. Like, I know how to lead, and I know how to allow someone to lead as well. But because I know how to lead myself, I'm not going to let you lead me to failure. Mm-hmm. So if I feel like you are about to drown the ship, bitch, you can't lead me. There ain't nothing that you could tell me. At the end of the day, I have to make sure that this shit gets done.
Is there that's an interesting statement. Is there, instead of bailing immediately on someone who you don't feel like can lead, is there ever a period of time where you try to help them be a better leader?
Yeah.
I think it depends on the person. Like me, I'm a nurturer. So like I want to help people. Like I'm in school to become a therapist.
I can tell.
So, I'm in school to become a therapist. So it's like I'm always trying to help you better yourself. Even if it isn't with me, like I want you to be your best self. I am moved by moving other people. So I'm gonna do what I can to, if it don't work out with me, it don't work out with me. You know what I'm saying? I met you today. But if you going through it, bitch, you going through it. Like, I'm going to help you through that because you had to be better for the next person that you encounter. Like, and that's just how it is. So, with me, it's like, yeah, I'm going to help you, try to do this and do that. But after a certain point, you reach your breaking point. You realize that you can't do this for this person no more. It's like, this is this is doing too much on me eternally. Like, this is costing me too much. So, to go back to your original question, I remember one of my friends, she said on Instagram where she was taught how to be a wife. Like, how to provide for your man, how to do this for your guy, how to, like, what you're supposed to do as a wife, what you're supposed to do that. And me, on the other side of the spectrum, I was never taught that. Like, I never seen it. Like, I never saw, like, a perfect example of how a man is to love a woman. I was 22 years old before I realized that a guy was supposed to pump your gas.
Is the example good enough anymore? or it doesn't need to be a
I'm not saying
conversation.
that.
And that's what I
You can
feel.
look that shit up.
And I feel
Google it, bitch.
Fred,
And
I was gonna talk, but
and
get
the
it out.
And the reason I ask it
I was
like
talking
the reason I
about-
ask it like that, right, is because I'm a sometimes I don't know if I should describe myself as like coming from like a single parent home
Yeah.
because I have a great relationship with my father,
Yeah.
but my mom and my dad lived in two different cities
Yeah.
or whatever. So I was raised by my mother. She was the custodial parent.
Who's
let
great,
me
by
say
the way.
that.
We've
Right.
seen her.
Mama
on-
Jackson's
I
mom.
have not seen her, and I really
You have
want
not
to.
caught her in a live.
Oh my
I
gosh,
had
you have to
seen
catch her.
her.
Oh my God,
She's
Mama
hilarious.
But I've never
Mama
caught her on
Jax
live.
is so sweet.
hilarious.
Like,
I
and
really hope
she's so.
she's like the,
she's so
I'm
real.
A black woman, and this
Yeah,
is
Like
what the
she
fuck
no,
I
like
do.
she's so real.
Here you
I
go
love
again.
that.
Like she's so girl. Boy,
We love
fuck
your
you.
mom.
She's. I'm gonna say girl.
Right, you said
That's what, and like, to not cut you off, because I'm gonna let you go on, but that to me is just what I've been thinking about this whole time that you just brought the question up. It's just that it would feel so good to me to have to not sort out these questions from my father, who's my stepfather, by the way, not my biological father. 'Cause my biological father was a hoe, so it's quite confusion here. But from my stepfather, it would feel so good for him to come to me and be like, X, Y, I mean, small things like changing tires and shit. It is very prolific to the woman to understand that she has the ability to take control over her life and it be okay with that, but understanding that it does come with a male figure in it. But we
It's
just
crazy
don't
that you
have
said
that.
Interesting that you said that because I'm going through that right now. As I'm raising my daughter, like I said previously, I thought my baby daddy was the one, but he ain't. And you start to realize as you outgrow people, as you grow apart, you realize I'm realizing certain things in my relationship currently where that my daughter is gaining from her stepfather. Let me rephrase that because I don't believe in calling nobody, they ain't your husband, they ain't your daddy until you put a ring on it.
Right,
We ain't
right.
there yet. Single till you married, I'm firm believer in that shit.
Something smart to say.
So
Shut
it's
up.
clank, clank.
Like for real, but no, it's certain things that I see her changing and that I see her gaining from just the constant male presence. Like she has a relationship with her dad. She loves her dad, and they're gonna have that. But it's something completely different from me growing up from what I had with my father. And I feel like that played a big role in how I acted out and how I reacted by not seeing certain things, by not knowing certain things, because you don't have that male figure. I know a lot of people who have, like, when they get married, when they get to that point, like, they use their stepfather because their daddy was absent and, it wasn't there. And it's like a whole different ball game. And a lot of stepdads don't really try to do that. Like, they're just...
And they don't know how.
They don't know how to do
And
that
that's-
because it's just like, how do I be a father to somebody who already has a dad? Like, I'm not trying to be your
And
daddy.
it's so
I ain't trying to be a
good
friend
example.
either.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just small
I'm just there
shit.
for your mom.
It's just
But
small
people
shit.
see that, I feel like that would have made like a really big difference just for me growing up.
I think it would make a big
Just
difference
seeing
to a lot of
just
women.
how a man is supposed to love a woman. Like me and my relationship ain't perfect. It's not,
Right.
and I have my own things that I deal with. Like, we're not affectionate, like, whatever. Like, it happens, whatever. But it's just certain things that, like, you learn and you figure out and that you see that, I don't know if all y'all have kids, so, like, with me, like, I can see in my daughter that she's just gaining in her own little relationship with my boyfriend. And he has kids. Like, he has 3 kids that he has a great relationship with.
Right.
But also, they also don't live in the house with him.
Right.
This is my question. I'm sorry to cut you off. I just want to. You said she sees it. So my question though, coming from a single parent household, I didn't have the luxury of seeing my mom and one of her boyfriends or whatever interact. I mean, I saw it, but it wasn't really like.
No, I feel you. I didn't either.
And neither with my dad. Like, when I was with my dad, it was just me and my pop. When I was with my mom, it's just me and my mom. So to the way that I was raised, the way that I learned this is how you treat women, this is how you should be treated by women, was a literal conversation. Right. I would be out with my mom, and the way that I learned how to walk on the outside of the sidewalk, something like super simple as that, is when I'm little, when I'm 8, 9, 10. You know, I'm a kid. She's the parent, so she's walking on the outside. I
respect your mom for telling
you that. But she's having these conversations as we're walking. You know, son, when you grow up, when you get older, when you go out on dates or whatever, just keep in mind that you're the one who's supposed to be walking.
I respect your mom for doing that, and I think also too that comes with like being a single mother of a son, because like I'm a single.
She had to play both.
Right.
Play both sides.
I'm a single mother of a girl, so my
outlook father was in his life though.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. She didn't.
Well, my dad was there too. Let me not shit on him.
And that's kind of my point. She didn't have to play both sides. Yeah, she played both sides when I was with her. Right. But then when I'm with my dad, he's giving me the
same. Gives a different.
The same reinforcement.
Example.
I'm in the house with both of mine.
But it's not. It can't be visual because it's just me and my dad. It's not me, my dad, and my mom. Great, so it's a conversation. Right. So what I'm saying is like I hear a lot, not just y'all, but I hear a lot of people who may come from like 2-parent households are saying, I saw this, I saw that, I observed this, I observed this.
It's definitely so different.
But it's so different because what you can't, again, back to what you can control and what you can't. Right. You can't control. You can't make your kid just see the good shit. Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're gonna see some good shit and they're gonna see some ain't shit. Right. But it's up to them. But also what you can't control is which ones they take with them.
Exactly. Because I grew up in a 2-parent household, but each one of me, my brother, and my sister, we all took something different from the relationship. We never saw them argue. But my dad taught, like, all of us, like, okay, Clarissa, this is how you change a tire. This is how you check for your oil. This is how you do this, this, and this. So I'm the more independent one. My sister don't gotta do shit. He changed her tire, but you taught her. She's about to be 30 and she does it. They threw her out in the world, but y'all did everything for her. So why are you mad because she can't take care of herself? Y'all gave her a fucking crutch. Y'all can't get mad at that. I'm independent because y'all left me to figure out shit for myself. My brother feels like everything is owed to his ass, which is a whole nother damn conversation. So we all took something different, even though we were all raised in the same house. We all saw the same shit. But I'm over here fighting, like R. Kelly said, fighting for my fucking life. But y'all ain't gotta do shit. You always helping them, but I have to beg for help. Like, I'm over here doing shit for my fucking self. And that shit sucks that I'm fighting and I'm doing all this shit for myself, but y'all take care of him. Like, it's trash. Like, what the fuck?
That shit's fucking hilarious.
I had kids early. Like, at 19, I had my daughter. At 20, I had my son. Their daddy ain't shit. Shout out to you, not shit ass. But, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, why am I doing this by myself? Like, that shit is stupid. Like, that shit is retarded. I'm fighting my fucking life here. And y'all think it's like, oh, you need some money? Here you go. Oh, she can't do it? I'll do it. But I'm like, hey, the oldest here needs some fucking help. Kind of drowning. That shit is stupid. But we all take, I mean, so for me, it makes me, why I said, my defense mechanism is always, here, I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. Because in my house, y'all don't give me shit. So I got to do it by myself.
That's why I would ask, though, right? Like, how do y'all, a lot of men, even a lot of men with fathers, because we are the whole men, not fathers not being there, that's a whole different conversation. But even men with fathers, I think that I was an outlier in the sense of like, it was a conversation I was always had with both of my parents, probably because they teachers and shit like that. But it was always a conversation. It was always communication. It was always
your parents and teachers, nigga.
But it was always a conversation though. So, but because there was always a conversation, there was nothing really left up for like debate for guessing.
Guessing because you could always ask.
It was because like when you taking myself back to when I was a kid, when you see something, like you still have to make your own decision on what it was that you just saw.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But when you have a conversation with your parent and you trust your parent and you trust what they say, you can't really. It's hard if you have a good communicator as a parent. It's hard for you to misconstrue actual words. It's easy to misconstrue
what you see.
What you see in actions. Because at the end of the day, you are a kid. They are adults. You see it, but you don't really know what the fuck is really going on. Right. So I would ask, like, especially because there's all women sitting here, did y'all ever have a conversation with your mom or your dad, not on how to have a man treat you, but how to actually treat a man? Mm-mm. Is that
not
ever
even
Indian
parents? You can't ask no questions.
I think that for me, I think I've had more questions as I got older, right? Like,
what you crying for?
Nigga, because this is like so.
I'm sorry, but I just
You just peeped that? She had full-fledged tears coming down her
Yes.
face.
No,
when I was like,
I
on my fucking life, she was crying.
It was described as laughing, but like that shit was so relatable as to what she said. But also, like,
Jackson said, "What?
Why are you crying?
no, like, but for real though, like, just thinking about personally, just what I'm dealing with and what I'm going through as a mother, you know, like what I'm raising a 9-year-old, and the shit that I went through as a child. I grew up with the whole thought, you know, like, it's funny, but it's not. I lost my virginity at 13. I told you this. My daddy, when my mama called my daddy was like, all right, did you love the nigga? That was his shit. Like, that was his.
At 13?
That was at 13. Did you love the nigga? Like, that was his response to it. You know what I'm saying? And like, me and my daddy have that. I think I said that 20 minutes ago. Like, I need to call my daddy. You know, like, we have that relationship where it's like super laid back, like it's cool and stuff. But like, listening to everything unfold, you know, just, I'm a parent. I don't have that relationship with I don't like that nigga. Like, I don't like the nigga that I procreated with. Like, and he know that. Nigga America, I don't like him. So, like, he know that. Like, he know that. I don't fuck with him. I cursed out his mama the other day. My mama, like, cursed out his sister. Like, bitch.
My rights over to my kids,
it is what it
is.
Like, period. You know, like, for real though. But it's just like, when, as a parent, like, when you think about that, you know, it's just like, what did your parents go through going through this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't grow up with a 2-parent household. I grew up, I was 10 when I found out that my dad was married. It was actually, I was 10 years old. It was right before Thanksgiving that I found out that my dad married another woman. And it was just like, well, why he don't want to be with you, man? Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, my brother and I were 8 years apart. So, you know, I have other siblings as well. You know, so it's just like, you go through all of those different things. And it's just like, yeah, I got my guy now. And like, what he's showing my daughter. And even though they have like a weird relationship, like, I always grow up like, y'all are going to have like one of the weirdest, best on and off relationships, because you're here and she sees you, you know, and that's different. Like, you're not trying to be her dad, but you are there. Like, you're teaching her something, and you're teaching her like all of these different things, just of how to, you're showing her how to be loved without showing her how to be loved, you know. And as a woman who never went through that, you know, like I said, like, I was 22 years old, like, when a nigga was, I was getting out the car too, like, what the fuck you doing? Like, nigga, I'm about to pump your gas. Like, yeah. You know, I mean, we was, matter of fact, kid you not, Jax and I, when Jax came to do the wedding, I got out the car. I was going inside to pay for the gas, and Jax was like, I'll pump the gas. Like, and it's still weird and awkward to me. And I'm 32 years old. Like, that's still, like,
that shit weird to me because I put my own shit.
Like, that's and I stood outside with him the whole time while he was talking, while he was doing it. Like,
but the thing that what's funny, you're not the first woman to say that. But it's
hit the mic.
It makes me look. I can't never be the nigga.
Come on.
If I'm riding in a woman's car and she got to stop for gas, like, I always got to pump it because it just make me look like a dick.
But that's how you.
If I'm in the fucking.
But that's how you were taught.
A lot of people weren't taught
like that.
So
that don't just not look right to people. Though.
That looks stupid as shit, but it's still what they were taught.
Like I said, I grew up in a house with all of my grandmothers. Right. I grew up in a house with nothing but women. So if all I was seeing, like, all I saw was women do it.
That shit would still look dumb to me. But I'm just.
Can I just say something real quick? Sorry, I've been trying to talk since the beginning of this topic.
Go off, Frank.
I don't have it to like interject right now. I just don't have it. Anyway, I agree with the sentiment. I'm going back to the beginning of the sentiment. Because I feel like we are naturally taught how to love. It's like, this is how you be a good person. This is how I'm raising you to be. When people raise us to be this good person, it's generally in response to somebody else. Like, it's how you're supposed to treat other people. I don't think that people get taught how to receive that love until something happens. Somebody's molested. Somebody has stolen from you. Somebody has hit you. Somebody has hurt you. I don't think that people are taught how they're not supposed to be treated until they're treated that way. Because naturally people say, okay, well, you know, it's right for you to, somebody gives you something, you say thank you, right? It's right for, this is your father, this is your mother, you're supposed to love them. There's a woman, you open the door, you pull out her chair, she drops something on the ground, you pick it up, you walk on the outside of this. Sorry, but there was never, no one in my family told me, when you're walking on the sidewalk with the man, he's supposed to walk on the outside, Timber. That's where he belongs. That's where he should stand. Nobody told me that. Nobody. It was literally, and it was one of the most embarrassing moments ever. Down here in Atlanta, this guy I was dating, he didn't like snatch me in, but like he grabbed my arm and pulled me into the inside of the sidewalk.
Nigga, I was literally on the same street. Like, I was walking up
on Peachtree.
On fucking Peachtree, and nigga was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, and looked at me, and I felt like, wow, like, I didn't even know that that's something that I should ask or that should be happening. I didn't know that if I'm dealing with someone who does not know that I should, like, it should be a red flag for me. I wasn't taught that. I was only taught how I should treat other people. I've never been hurt or violated in that way.
Let me interject. Because I do have the energy to do so.
Okay.
Right?
Frank's so chill. She's so at peace. Jesus, I want to be there.
Ask her why.
Right. Why are you there?
I want to know.
I want to be there with her.
But like,
what side of town do you live?
The only thing that threw me off in your statement was that's a red flag, and I think it's a little unfair to call it a red flag because we're having a whole conversation about how people aren't taught certain things.
What I mean by red flag, though, that was the energy that I needed to interject.
Okay. There you go. Get it.
What I mean by red, what I mean by red flag is there are certain men that, like, thinking about my grandfather and the way he treated my grandmother and the way he treated my mother, that's my standard. Some people say that's not realistic because the times have changed. I'm talking about the foundational shit. How he moves, how he navigates around the women in his life, right? So for me, if I were taught, Timber, when you're walking with a man on the sidewalk, keep in mind that he should always be on the outside. That's something that he really should know. He should be on the outside. That's coming from if that's coming from my grandfather. For me, it's like, okay, if this man doesn't do this, I was taught that a man should do such and such. And if he does not do that, now I'm questioning, well, what is he focused on when he's with me?
But that's where I come in and interject.
I understand that.
Because if he just wasn't taught that, it's not really.
I can't blame him.
It's not right. So sometimes sometimes we do have to give one another grace where it's like, just instead of cutting them off. Not saying that you're going to cut them off.
I was going to say, I think you're assuming that I would just cut this nigga off. I wouldn't, because I've always said to you, you have to leave space. I've always said that to you. You have to leave space for a slew of different things. Either improvement or where a person currently stands. What if, he came from a bad day at work and he just wasn't thinking properly, right? You have to leave space. I would never just be like, shit, this nigga opened my door. Fuck you. Like that. No, like you have to leave space for people growing, people learning, and them just going through fucking life. So I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is when I'm dating, I have a mental Rolodex and I'm like notating things that stick out to me. That would be one of them. It's just though, how I'm processing. It's just amongst the list of whatever else I have, right? But again, it's not, don't take it so negative. It's not like I said, I would just stop fucking with him. But I am keeping in mind because I'm looking for a certain feeling. When that nigga grabbed my arm, coochie just wet. Because I'm like, wow, this nigga care?
I wasn't expecting that.
This nigga cares enough for
didn't
me.
see that going that way at all.
Didn't at all. I don't know what I was expecting.
I don't me either.
But it wasn't that.
It wasn't waterfall though.
Put that in a trailer.
Because here's
That
the
should be
thing.
the little snippet.
Listen. For me, all the shit that you... Y'all still chuckling at me?
Go ahead. Go off, Fred. Go off.
What?
Go off.
Snippet right there.
Go off.
Stupid. Go ahead.
I was telling my truth.
Tell a friend.
Because for me, if a nigga is like... Wop.
Put me on the inside of the sidewalk with this wet ass pussy. I'm about to give him 3,000 gawks with this wet ass pussy.
Not the ghost.
Wow. Y'all are fucking nuts.
It's so amazing.
Wait, can I interject?
It's so amazing.
Did he get some after that, friend?
The most random things make you pussy.
No!
It's him though, wasn't me.
He didn't get any after that? I would have raped him on the sidewalk. Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, it wouldn't have been rape. He would have consented. But go ahead.
I'm the person though who likes the nice guy. Like I like that chivalrous shit.
Okay.
No, but for real, like the more chivalrous a man is for me, I'm like, wow, like this nigga actually knows. Like he was raised right, he was taught right. So
That is
for
such a turn on that you
me,
was raised right. Ooh,
for
Lord.
me, doing something like
that's
that, doing something like that for me is it's everything. And again, I'm taking note.
But
Like
some
I'm
people can
taking
be taught
note.
too.
I understand that. I'm gonna tell you
takes
and everybody else, and this is my truth. Be mad. I don't give a fuck. Where I am today, I don't have time to teach right now. I don't have it.
Funny thing.
Because for me, I'm not asking anyone to come to me with perfection.
Friend.
But where I am today, this might change Wednesday. I might be in a better space where I'm like, you know what? But where I am today, not in a space to teach. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm not looking for that. But I'm not in a space to teach anybody. That's friends. That's my nigga. I don't have it today.
Right.
To teach what though?
Fuck your, it don't matter.
Anything.
Anything.
To teach
That's
nothing?
not fair.
How
If they don't know you, how you gonna?
Nigga,
Oh,
I was fucking 22 years old when I met my baby daddy. And that nigga always said, I don't have time to teach a bitch. He 4 years older than me. All right? I never understood that shit until later on in life. I was
How
like,
you gonna?
nigga, I was 26 years old. My frontal lobe had fucking developed. Okay? My frontal lobe had developed. I was fucking with these niggas. I had moved out here in Atlanta. I was out here. I was dating. I was figuring shit out. And I was just like, I don't have time to teach a nigga how to be what the fuck it is that I need you to be for me.
Then what?
Sometimes I don't even know what the fuck it is I need you to be for me at that time. But
Y'all don't agree with that.
I don't know what it is that I need you to be at that time, but I know right from wrong. And I know what feels right and I know what feels wrong and I know what works and I know what doesn't. And I don't ever have fucking time to hold your motherfucking hand and guide you on, bitch, you gotta treat people how you want to be fucking treated. Bitch, don't fucking do me how the fuck you don't want to be dead out
I
here.
understand that, but
There's a difference
you
because
gonna-
I'm on a different side than this.
okay, because I'm so confused.
For me, it's why I'm not in a relationship. I'm not a person who, if I'm dealing with you, I have decided that I'm willing to be the example of how I need you to treat me. I've decided that. Right now, today, that's why I specifically said today, Saturday, November 21st, 2020.
I'm mad that she know that's what today's date is.
Because I showed.
I'm
I think
here.
It's the 22nd now.
Well, it's 22nd now.
Yes, okay.
It is.
I ain't been asleep yet, so.
My birthday's in a couple of days. It's the 22nd.
Happy birthday.
But where I am right now, I don't have it. Again, that's why I'm single. Again, that can change. There are spaces and times in my life where
I want him drunk.
sometimes I do, and sometimes I can. But today, I can't.
He's not going. Okay.
I feel like you had a question.
Nah, I just kind of. I mean, you cleaned it up at the end, because I was just trying to figure out how you could be the proponent of like leaving space.
Don't mind us. Go ahead. Continue.
Like, you know what I'm saying, like leaving room for space or leaving room for
He's right here. Okay.
for
Focus.
grace or whatever, but then also not.
She cut right in front of the camera.
Yeah, she did.
You didn't duck or nothing. God damn.
But then also.
Ass.
You know what
Duck
I'm saying?
next
But then
time.
also like not being willing to take the time to teach somebody some shit. I mean, but again, like you said, you cleaned it up at the end, because I can't see. Nobody knows everything, and nobody definitely don't know everything about you. You know what I'm saying? And that's for all of us. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's just gonna come into my life and just know everything that I want them to do. And even if people do get to know you to the point where they know pretty much what it is that you like, what you don't like, they still gonna fuck up because they human. Everybody human. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it depends on how much you want somebody to be in your life, because that is gonna determine the amount of leash that you give.
But there's also certain things
Not surgery.
that you
I know. I just wanted to touch it.
that I feel like you naturally should bring to the table. There's just certain things that come with that. It's almost like naturally, even from like birth, babies know when they get out the womb, they breathe.
Some people don't naturally know
No, they
that,
don't
though.
naturally breathe though. You gotta smack them on the booty.
Right. But it's a natural reaction to breathe. Like that's a natural reaction.
That's instinctual.
But that's what I'm saying. There are some things that should come just like they are instinctual.
Like what? Because that's a very
No, you have to be taught. And I'm
That's
doing this in school right now. Yeah, no.
That's vague.
Yeah.
Some people don't really know though how to naturally do that. Like, and again, this is me speaking from experience. Like, me and my dude, we've been together for 2 years. The first year was rocky as fuck. I remember the same time this year saying to myself, I do not want to go through this next year. I'm not dealing with this next year. And then over time, I started to see the change. Like some people, they really learn from experience.
I'm saying for me.
That's the part she's
All
saying we're
that other
missing.
shit y'all talking about.
That sounds cute.
I'm saying for me.
But I mean,
For
even for
me-
you, like people don't know how to deal with
No.
you.
No. For me, there are certain things that you're going to come to the table with.
What's instinctual though? That was
what's
my
instinctual,
question. What are
friend?
you talking about? What are you feeling like,
Like breathing.
that should be second nature?
I don't really. Maybe I'm mixing my words. Maybe it's me. I don't know.
Maybe I'm high.
Well,
I actually thought I said that to myself, but it came out.
Came out loud.
you said it like that. For me, there are certain things I need you to come with. Now, please don't ask me what those certain things are, because right now,
Okay.
Friend, they
All right.
won,
As
friend.
for me and my house, you need to know that.
but outside of those things, like I said, when I'm in the space to teach or whatever, I'm fine. People have to learn me, right? Period. It just is what it is. But again, there are certain things I'm just not willing to teach.
How much time are you giving them to learn
That
that?
depends on the person, because I look at progress.
Okay.
I'm not looking at, there's no steps. I'm looking at progress, natural growth, natural evolving.
Oh, that's the air. I thought I heard water.
I'm like, damn, she's sucking the wind. God.
As long as it wasn't me, I was like, nigga, what the
I was trying to ignore it. I'm like, look, that's some good ass chicken wings over there.
Suck the shit off the bone. Like,
She got look.
All I was picturing was
Over there,
Yeah.
disappearing.
damn, it was so succulent. and it's so smooth, but yet so light. It was loud but quiet.
I was like, my poor friend.
She was hungry. It's
Like, I think all of us just looked to
I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh,
Nella.
real quick, right before my I think my battery about to go out.
Okay.
soon. Do y'all
That's him
think?
telling us to shut up.
Do y'all think? Do y'all think wholeness can be deleted?
Yes.
Yes. I'm not a hoe. I've never been a hoe, but I think
I do not. I don't think that wholeness can be deleted.
I've never been a hoe.
I think I tried it. It didn't work
I've
out.
never.
Once upon a time, long ago,
I was a hoe.
and I deleted it.
Not at all the
That's
words.
not the.
I don't know, but that's the only part that matters, bitch. I deleted that shit.
Okay,
I'm
this is
living
why I
proof
say
that I
deleted. Because if you move, can't you? Isn't that
No.
like
Yes.
backspace,
No.
backspace?
No.
Because they don't know you.
I think that you can evolve
I'm
from
not a
wholeness,
hoe.
but you can't delete it. Like the miles,
How
it's
you
like
evolve a
saying
wholeness?
it's like saying I'm gonna undo the notches on my belt. No, you can't do
But
that.
you can reset the mileage in your car. It's not gonna be the same. But you click that button now.
Your car still knows the wear and tear. Your
But
coochie
that nigga
still
don't know the wear and tear
knows.
though. But the nigga don't.
But the coochie does.
But the nigga doesn't.
No, it's not about the
VIN number always
nigga.
knows.
Shut up.
The VIN number knows.
Put a new
all-
engine in the
The
hole.
VIN number don't change to it.
No, it don't. The VIN number doesn't change
No.
on the vehicle.
But
you
you
can
put a brand new engine.
in that
It's a
bitch.
fresh engine.
But we're talking about
But steam in your hole.
But
It's
wait,
good.
we're talking about coochie. You can't get a new one. So what y'all? Why
It
y'all?
don't
How
matter.
y'all
That's
comparing
Build-A-Bear workshops that got
coochie
new
to
pussies now.
If
engines?
you wash it with dial soap, you can delete niggas from your coochie.
Dial soap will do
Dial
it.
Inside
soap.
joke.
Turn camera to the invisible
Damn.
jazz.
That's pretty good. Do we got any more juice on that one? Any more? No. Alright, so look, we're gonna finish that conversation. You and I, we're gonna hash that.
Because my wholeness was deleted.
No, it wasn't.
My
Can we get a
wholeness-
perspective of somebody that was never a hoe?
My wholeness was
never a hoe. I said I tried it.
my wholeness was deleted, and my nigga know I was a hoe.
But
My
look,
body
yo,
count so damn low.
My battery is blinking right now, man. So look, I appreciate y'all for coming through. This was it started off rocky, but it ended great.
Did it?
Yes.
It ended great. We had a great conversation.
And we
man.
cried.
Y'all cried.
I'm a thug out here. I don't cry.
Y'all cried.
Bitch.
I'm a thug.
So once again, Atlanta, one mic stand. Thank you. If I'm Jackson 1616, I'll put it below. I'm gonna put they shit below right now, just in case when they say it don't show it. So y'all hurry up and say y'all shit.
I'm also a wedding coordinator.
Countless Freckles. Again, one half of Fuck the Peanut Gallery. Please follow the page to catch up on the episodes.
The latest episode of hers was "Fuck Them Kids." It's hilarious.
Fuck them kids, respectfully.
Nigga, I got a daughter. Fuck them kids.
I got 3 kids. Fuck all of them kids.
Girl, you got 3 kids?
I got 3 kids.
And that
12,
ass is
11,
that
and 8.
soft?
I'm not gonna play with you. Fuck them kids.
I wear condoms and pull out, so you already know.
Jax pull out in like the whole
Jax,
other
keep
room.
pulling out. Jax, keep doing it. We're not listening to me's. Keep pulling out.
We're not listening to me.
Oh hell no! That
First of all, I believe in me's.
I do too, but not that bullshit.
Shit.
Raw relationship was
Fuck that raw
fucking
relationship.
hilarious.
Trash.
I believe in me's.
Nah, that nigga secret.
Nah,
Me's
nigga.
is the dog.
Sometimes-
Hey, pull out. Condoms.
Sometimes it be good.
Plan B. All of the
Nigga,
above.
Plan B has a weight limit. That's the first thing. Second thing, sometimes
That's a whole different conversation.
that's a
for
whole different
other
conversation. But
time.
sometimes
Keep the condom on, Jax.
it don't matter. You don't want that nigga to come out, and that nigga don't want to come out neither. I am at Penelope.
I understand what you're saying.
You can
but-
follow me. I argue with Jackson on Tuesdays, my nigga.
Buy a hoodie.
Yeah, man.
Buy a hoodie.
Not Jax Productions.
We in the A.
All right, we out, man. Thank y'all. Y'all niggas stupid.